Halito, halito, halito. Chamachuk, my beloveds, what's good with you? Halito, halito. What's up, Hawk? What's happening with you? What it look like? So I wanted to give a shout out to Aboriginal TV. He tries very hard to be diplomatic, and I respect that. Um, it's kind of hard to conduct yourself with all that yelling. It's funny they be saying that I'm the negative energy and shit like that. My shit is fueled with righteous passion, and some people's is really just negative energy. So it was kind of difficult to to vibe with them. So again, we made it clear that like especially as far as the women are concerned, they ain't really got no quarrel with me. And as far as I mean, even down to the Nevilles and stuff, at the end of the day, all of those people, you know, they sought me out. So I just want to make it very clear there's no packages that anybody could sell you available. None that will be created that is going to magically make anybody Indian any more than you already are by bloodline relativity. I think people need to understand that. It's also a problem that if you talk about someone that is well respected, that it seems like you get a great deal of backlash and not really a lot of airplay to really be heard so the grievances can get conveyed in a proper manner. And then it kind of just, like a cancer metastasizes all over the body and it kind of just spreads and spreads and spreads. And then there's some people that help it along. You know what I'm saying? They throw a lot of fuel into things that aren't really necessary. It's definitely been some key manipulators here in a lot of situations. But one thing I for sure, I keep it real and I own up to my mistakes. And one of my mistakes was being naive for even giving any, people a little bit of burn and a little bit of airplay. That's not really wrong of me, but it was wrong on my part. And I will apologize for that. But I'm gonna tell everybody something that's so real. I'm never gonna ask for permission to tell the truth. I'm gonna tell it the same way every time. It's never gonna change. I went on Ab TV today. I went over there, and we had a conversation or whatever. It was real calm and chill until, of course, the proverbial screamers come through. With the shit they come through, and they got irrelevant stuff, and it's so crazy because they remind me of a lot of them remind me of the Pan Africans and the 750s because they um it's like a specific arguing style. So it leads me to believe that these are the same energies that when we were all in battle mode, they have now crossed over and they had a whole nother screen name, such as this, right? Now, I'm not saying all of these people ain't Indian. I don't know why people just keep insisting, being in a tribe or not being in a tribe makes you any less Indian and makes them any more Indian. So when people bring up certain things that are irrelevant and don't have anything to kind of do with the topic in hand, and you just sitting there having personal shit, like, nigga, I don't owe you no money. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really even had no words. You just sitting there hating from the sidelines, and then admit you're only a sideline person. You're not really like, like a quarterback or a wide receiver or a running back or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Not even a cornerback, which position I love to play quite often. Um, but I'm just saying, even if when they built like a cornerback, you know what I'm saying? Um, or a tight end for that matter. But I just like it, and it really. Let me tell y'all why it can't be squashed, because you got them squabbling people all up in the mix, right? See, the key people can't sit down and have these conversations. It's like you got the people that could be diplomatic, and then you got the scrubs and the immature people. Now I got to see something, and this was after I had to. I spent more time than I thought I would at Aboriginal TV than I actually plan to, because I had something to do. But and then again, they'll be on for a long time. So later on, they'll probably be there, and if I feel like it, I could jump back on. But it's kind of foolish. But I did see something after I got off, like, and this is actually what is bringing me to this, because I did have another build, and when I first tried to contact the people there on the West Coast, so I really kind of the day kind of got away from me or whatever. Um, in that regard. But anyway, I just kind of came across something. I guess this was last night. See, it's hard to keep up with all these things. And, when people put you onto stuff, they confuse, especially because, Aboriginal TV, Aboriginal power, sometimes people um, have a hard time distinguishing the two. So, yeah, so that kind of happens. But I caught this video. And I mean, I could, it could be just pure coincidence or not, but it's like, for whatever reason, you know how Batman and Clark and Superman and Clark Kent are never in the same room together. That's kind of how it is with myself and Dane for some reason. I did see some of the conversation last night with it was on Aboriginal TV. And I was just kind of shocked at, how it turned out. And I'm just like, none of the questions got answered. We do know that it was recorded. And since it was recorded, it was easy to play back and see how things kind of went down. And I see that that was not a little, it was very, not only unfair, and very meticulously planned out, okay, to avoid questioning. All right. So at the end of the day, when okay, you don't have a federal warrant, see, you got, and this is why, because I'm always going to ask the right questions. I'm mama, right? And I used to be wifey all up in your phone, right? All that type of shit. So I know how to, right? This is it. And I don't know why people are surprised. If I could research and find grandparents that they lied in school and told me came from a whole nother continent, and I'm able to find that, I don't know why people think that I should have a problem researching what I'm getting into before I get into it, right? Because I'm coming with full disclosure. Okay. I ain't got no warrants. I ain't got no felonies. I don't have none of that. Nothing against you that do have them. But if we are going to be doing specific things, then you need to be clean about what it is that you got going on. Don't have me be party to some shit that I don't fucking know nothing about. And don't even be around me if you got some shit going on that you know for sure that I wouldn't approve of, right? Such as these things. So here we are. When I talk about people being responsible, nothing that goes on in my personal life spills out into the Aboriginal community where y'all niggas is getting locked up. I need money that bad that I could hustle you. If you feel like I'm such a hustler, then you got to know that I could really do it good. I could really do it good. I wouldn't be no halfway about it. I don't halfway with anything. I don't know what make y'all think, that this the dude last night acting like somebody doing something for likes when I got likes and love in real life. Like, this ain't really where it all is for me. This is just somewhere where I can convey information to people that would like to listen. Nobody forcing nobody over here, one down to come over here. So ain't none of that going on. Ain't none of that going on. So it's like they defended him on the federal warrant, but dang, that doesn't excuse the warrant that you do have. You see, so it's like they kind of did things so weird, and in that regard, like how they cover him. And all, by all means, when you loyal to somebody, you're supposed to be loyal to them. I'm not faulting them for being loyal to who they loyal to. But I am faulting them for not calling his coattails to it. Don't make him feel as what he's doing is right. If you really care about the nigga, you're going to pull him to the side and tell him what's really real with that. Okay? Now, the thing is, whether there's a disclaimer, Whether there's 10,000 disclaimers and big old signs that say approach with caution, you still know you selling poison. That don't stop. Just because you see a big old skull and crossbones on a bottle of bleach don't mean that a baby won't get on a high chair, stand on the cabinet, get to the top and try and get the top open to take a sip. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. If you have the intentions, all of that disclaimer makes it null and void. If you have intentions to defraud, if you have intentions to get money off of something that you know you're giving a disclaimer to, why would you put out something that it's not useful? So that means it's still a monkey hustle. Like I gave you something you really didn't need so I could feel valid or feel like I did something or feel like it's something that's going to help you. If it's just for your viewing pleasure, then why you ain't just watch an hour TV of power or something like that? Why you ain't just dedicate your time to something else? To finding useless information, at least have some video pleasure. Should somebody just be so honored? Why didn't nigga could just give you $40? They fuck with you, they fuck with you. I'd rather just give you $40. Don't sit here and lie to me and act like you gonna buy food and you really gonna buy crack. My nigga, here, I don't care what you need it for. I ain't send them out. It's still a hustle any way you put it, any way you try to smooth it, any way you try to not answer questions. Either way, they try to smother and bombard and they create all this calamity and confusion and diversion, and they can't take on a direct question. They can't take on a direct question. There's something wrong with that. I saw something last night and it was only probably like 15, 20 minutes of what the fuck. I was very, very shocked. I was very, very shocked. And I was taken aback because at this time, this would have been the opportunity that someone that says they have so much power could have taken that and transformed this into a better day today, right? So I know there's some people that actually saw what just happened after from what I left was cool. Whatever happened after was I really don't care, right? My two issues was, and it wasn't even issues. It was an opportunity for people to interview me, right? Because I already said what I needed to say and I got my own platform to say it. So that was an opportunity for people to interview me. But instead, they chose to tell me a piece of their mind, right? Which really don't got nothing to do with Phoenix. It's pretty much how they feel about me, not because there was something direct or anything that was going to affect them one way or another, especially when all you got to do is unsubscribe, my dear. I didn't know you was there to miss you anyway, but it's like I didn't find any reason to feel like I needed to make a big deal because I noticed you were gone. Either like we weren't in heavy rotation. I'm not here to be everybody's glass of Chardonnay, honey. Never came professing that. Never came professing to be everybody's cup of tea. I told you, this is an advanced channel. This is not for the people that's just coming in. Y'all can have the people that need the pyramids. See, it was levels to it, and y'all was finding that level, but there's certain places that you can't go because those require different levels. You see how that went? Wasn't really a diss. It could have been some criticism. And maybe, again, I can apologize for some of the times the way that I say things, but my intent is always good. It ain't to hurt, it's to help. And I'm not going to apologize for it doing exactly what it should do because the choice is really yours to feel how you feel. I don't get mad at every little thing y'all niggas say about me. I don't care. A diss ain't a diss until you feel it. That's real shit. There's no way I'm going to sit here and justify if I was laying on 1,000 couches. If y'all niggas thought, at least I'm welcome on every couch. Huh? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Think about that. If that was, why would I got a bunch of couches that I could be on? Do that bother you? So the niggas that don't even got nowhere to go? For real? Huh? Huh? Like anybody really been close to me? Like anybody came through and had lunch with me and my family. You know, we cook and we eat good around this motherfucker. You lying. Say you don't know me, then they say you know me. Going from place to place. Why? Because I bring my services wherever I'm at, maximize whatever I'm doing wherever I'm at. I don't venture off too far from family, bitch. Register that. Register that. I'm not inaccessible. My siblings love me. My aunties and uncles love me. My parents love me. I got about 75, 80 first cousins. Keep telling you that. Never had to join no gang or nothing crazy. Never had to do that. I think it's funny how, you had those people really sitting there avoiding the questioning. And the thing is this, right? And this is what it really, really, truly boils down to. And I don't care how anybody feels about it, it's not going to change. All of those links for all of that $39.99, just get a nigga $40. Just you want to get a nigga $40, give him $40. Don't sit there and think you're gonna get something from somebody that you can't get for yourself. How about that? Do that sound clean enough? Do that make sense to the people? Because clearly, what all of this proves now is, right, that there are still American Indians that are willing to sell you something that you don't need to make you feel good about this situation, but not really bring it to the top nowhere. How you think about that? You like how I worded that? Because that's the truth. Now, can anybody argue with that? Would that be something? What Phoenix over there talking about? That's not even something that you can argue. It's not up for arguing. But we can ascertain absolutely from concrete proof that it is a super problem. And there are Indians that will sell you things that you do not need. You're better off just giving a motherfucker a couple dollars. You like them? Good. But in order for you to not look like a creep for defending someone who very well will absolutely not defend you because they have a disclaimer, you don't have anyone to blame but yourself. However, when there are disclaimers that intentionally are placed there with things that can cause harm and, via neglect, that can be a problem, a serious, serious problem, and a breach. In fact, it is duplicitous, no different than the contracts that the corporations have us get into with their fine print. You see, we want things that we are not willing to give. We want to be free from the corporation. We can't even be free from our own motherfucking people. They'll send you right back into the corporation as they tell you to stay away from the corporation, as I give you some information to stay away from the corporation. Word is bond. So I want to know, because clearly, and what has also been firmly established, what has been clearly established is there's not going to be any accountability, especially or honor amongst thieves for that matter. So let's kind of change the picture of negativity of how we viewing this, right? And at this point, there's some people that you gotta now that even though we don't believe in that, but sometimes you gotta Christian these people, right? What I mean, you gotta forgive them for all they fucking trespasses because they don't know no better. The bigger person is not really the one that accepts defeat. The bigger person is the one that has the power to stop whatever it is that's going on in a graceful way, not in a vehement or vitriolic, banterous manner, filled with a whole bunch of little emotions and stuff to where you can't, take being in the hot seat and shit. See, one thing you'll never say about me is that I ran from anywhere, from anyone ever in life, and that's online and offline. Probably make more sense to the ones that know me in real life, because these other motherfuckers be acting like they know me in real life, and they don't. Because everybody in real life know I ain't ran from nowhere. Ain't asking none of y'all for shit. Don't look for none of y'all to do shit. Don't involve y'all in none of my personal shit. And when we are involved in something, that's just our thing. It doesn't mean that I want to be part of your other things that's outside of our thing. It doesn't mean that you'll be a part of my thing that has nothing to do with our thing. There are some toys that I keep to myself. Not because I'm selfish, because I'm smart. One of my friends' moms told me I was going to fight one of my friends over a shirt I let her hold. It was brand new when I got it. It had the musty stains when I got it back. And she said, if you really like something, baby, don't lend it out. I said, oh, shit. That's right. This way you don't be mad at your friend. You know, you know what? You don't want the shit back anyway. Look at it. Look at it. You're right. Learn something from her. You like something a lot, don't give it out. When I have my personal endeavors, I keep that exclusive for me and my family. It's all sorts of shit that I'll never have these conversations. I don't got nothing to do with you. It's like I don't have nothing to do with the date that your cable bill is due. That's none of my business. Like, I see the one side in this. I really see how people behave. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no quarrel with everybody, and even how neutral they may pretend, but they know that they have perpetuated nonsense too, especially with the ideology. They've served their purpose. I mean, ain't nobody saying that. Not nobody, trying to take nobody place. But don't think just because a motherfucker got a lot of likes that you can't, get something said something to because you got some shit going on that could potentially hurt people. Only thing I'm really going to do, I don't got to go through overwhelming evidences of proof. We know that's your motherfucking websites. We can prove that through IP address, through all sorts of things. There's electrical and digital receipts. There's still a way that you can find out where these things came from. But if they're coming from you and the money and stuff went to you to purchase product that could potentially hurt people, you still responsible. Whether you gave a disclaimer or not, you still wouldn't sleep. You wouldn't sleep good at night if you know you sold a product that set baby clothes on fire, right? Would you behave the same way? But it don't mean nothing because that's not what happened. But you could have killed somebody, but you okay with that because this couple times somebody didn't totally burn, somebody's baby didn't totally just fricassee, right? You see how these things play out? Like, listen, these people gonna play all these little Jedi mind tricks and stuff like that, and they're gonna try and make all these excuses with this duplicitous behavior. And was and you know for a fact that you can't stand by your products. I will talk about no grandma killers. I will talk about no granny traffic, Operation Cornbread. No. I will do that consistently all day. Genealogy, arbor consanguinity. I will bring it up all the time because that's my lane. Nobody wasn't really strong on saying that. Hey, just stay right here. That's my lane. And in this lane, it comes with law and it comes with history. That's more power than any of those links can actually give you. Is it going to be easy? No. No. It has many nights that you don't have to yourself because you have that calling. Right? Somebody that was born a dancer, they got that calling that's in them. It's in their soul. It's in their genetic makeup. One of my daughters, we call her Happy Feet. We call her Happy Feet. Right? Those type of characteristics, man. Those type of and you know everybody could feel free to go back and forth over there, flip flop through channels. You know what I'm saying? Some people like the car hop. Not mad. It's an open area. We know who ain't coming. We know who ain't coming through. It don't matter. They send their peoples to come through. We know who ain't coming. You know. So and I'm gonna tell you because these niggas don't keep it clean over there. Any of my people that saw something they don't like, or you see somebody in the chat you don't like, you don't gotta you don't gotta put up with none of that shit. I know y'all be fed up too. You know, I can't really see all of the chat, so if y'all feel some type of way, you can ask them to remove themselves or get on the link and say what they need to say. Other than that, y'all ain't gotta argue with them and don't let them niggas aggravate you. Y'all could get rid of them. I don't care who it is. If they don't mean no harm, then they'll say so later on. But if they getting on y'all nerves, toss them the fuck out. We ain't gonna do no whole bunch of yelling and wailing and shit. But they ain't gonna be in here doing none of that fucking cockamamie shit they be doing over there. Um, so that's pretty much it. So and then you know what? It's some people that ain't got no beef with Moon at all, but y'all in them tribes with them people anyway. And you probably want a way to get out of those tribes. If that's the case, you need to say that too. Don't sit there and be having that feeling in your stomach like you know you over here, but you don't want to look like the bad guy. You better get away from the motherfucking people. And I'm gonna give you an open door and a closed mouth policy. I won't even say nothing. If your ass is in trouble, you got somewhere to tell your story, your grievance. But I'm gonna tell y'all, stop buying these fucking packages. Cause it's a nigga that is not gonna take no responsibility for what it is that you buy. And then there's a team of motherfuckers that's going to defend that shit. But they expect the government and all these other people to not lie. But it's okay to be duplicitous to your people. But we want these pilgrims to stop lying to us. I want y'all to think about that. We want everybody to leave us alone because we the Indians. Leave us alone. But we can fuck each other up because we ain't going to do nothing about it. It's like a little upgrade. Niggas got a little upgrade from being blackish. They got an upgrade. Now they copperish. It's a different type of time. Attitude, attitude, attitude. Tony Madamon voice. Attitude, y'all. We dropped the link. This is an open build. I don't care who you are. You want to come through, you want to chop it up, you want to talk about it. We could come chill. It's an easy vibe. I ain't tripping right now. You know, I just what's up, you beautiful ones in the chat? I just dropped that in there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get heard. Thank you so much, Bonton. Everybody get heard. We ain't doing no wild, corny shit. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. None of that. No hard feelings and all that craziness and shit. We ain't gotta go through all that. Halito, my good brother.
Halito. Yeah, I lost my temper today. I had to apologize for that. I had blew a head gasket.
Well, you definitely don't owe me an apology, sir. You know, I stand behind you. I kind of just saying it and want to put the slaps on people. I ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? And again, and this is open friend to friend. Like I don't feel like you owe me an explanation. Even being a business partner with something, the way that they have exaggerated this and kind of blew this shit all out of proportion. I personally know that that's not something that you could have controlled or anything like that. I don't, and it's none of my business. I don't judge you for that, and I don't really think you got to worry about them because they keep using words, you know what I'm saying, that don't got nothing to do with you. So don't even attach that. You know, this ain't a diss until you feel it. And them people is reaching out for stores, and they still have strange relationships with a bunch of people that are known for cooks. They could say that we cooks, but I don't have any fucking packages. I don't have anybody that's locked up. You don't have anybody that's hurt or injured from you. You didn't personally hurt or injure anybody, right? And it looked
Right.
like everybody got situations going on in their family that they wish never make it to you too. So I don't know why people acting like that ain't the fucking case.
Right.
Let's just talk about that. But the healing, the people that have this talking about negative energy and stuff, look at what they perpetuate a whole Jerry Springer show when it could have been solved like some people with decorum. Like you're not going to them pilgrims with none of that shit y'all talking about. You wouldn't even know how to tighten up. You wouldn't even know how to tighten up. Like I just seen a whole lot. Like I just watched 22 minutes of the 11-hour bill from last night, and I guess I caught it at the right motherfucking period because at the point where Doodoo and Bones was not Bones, Doodoo and No Sellout, and shout out to No Sellout. I totally get it. That nigga was straight provoking you and really not trying to answer none of those questions. Again, there'll never be a day where Clark Kent, right, and Superman show up in the building at the same time. I'm gonna tell y'all can take this
Facts.
shit from me. Me and that man will never be in the same building. I did see how a lot of people just, I have now saw the angle of how they will protect them, and nobody still got to the fact of the paperwork. Right, so even there, he made a very big deal about a disclaimer, but didn't make a big deal about, you know what, when it's simple, yo, I didn't know that shit don't got nothing to do with it. Especially now, all these years later, you know, nobody thinks like that shit now. And then he know he came in on some more shit. So I'm supposed to be embarrassed because I came in as an Israelite, but what the Israelite thing made me do what? Tell the truth. So why should I be ashamed of that? Right? Right? If
Right.
you look at my old shit, it talk about telling the truth and studying and shit. And I've done that. I do that. I do that very well. I have no shame with that. I was Divalicious. I was Miss West. I was Niche Lovely at 10. Nigga, you bring your ass to Queens. You see Finesse. That was me too.
Mm.
So,
Everybody has a background. Everybody
yeah,
come
that's a
from.
fact.
Everybody
That's a
wasn't
fact.
on the porch at 14. Some folks was off the porch at 14. Some folks was on the porch at 14. Everybody had a different life story to tell. But it don't make nobody's life rougher or better than anyone else's, okay? Everybody is the same, no matter how you look at them.
It's
Everybody's
what
the
you do
same.
where you meet up with the people now. And look at where we at. So now, but this is the thing though. After we discussed all these different things, as we were all I don't even want to say somewhat united because it was even still clicked up at that time too, right? Because we was still able to compartmentalize people that were still mixing things up. So look at how long they dragged that into because the old things that don't add up, such as paperwork and stuff that you might have thought worked in 2016 would have fell off. Those things, they fall away when you know that it ain't, oh, we know better now because you go further in the research and you realize that none of that stuff got nothing to do with us. You're going through stuff in real life and none of that shit ain't never helped you. So I know I ain't gonna sell the shit. I told y'all how, you know, I went in the courtroom with talking that shit like I was a fucking more. I went in there acting like Harriet Tubman and went in handcuffs like Kizzy. I didn't lie. I didn't lie about that. Oh, I learned a lesson from that. Was I mad at RV Bay? Nah, not really. Wasn't the same. Because at least they had real stuff in there that I learned how to utilize anyway. That's just that the heading and they little seal and shit, none of that other dumb Alma Rock and all that other shit had nothing to do with nothing but Color of law, I took what I needed to get. When the Bible talked about certain things, oh my goodness, this how he talked to the Pharisees. Oh, when they pull me over, I'm gonna talk to them like this. Like, what the fuck? I don't got no shame in that. It's an actual fact. And I wish any Bible thumper or Israelite want to debate me on that. And I will show you where the law is at and how it relates to the Indian, not an Israelite. But I can tell you where I got it from and how I made it make sense to me. I've already done that. That's really irrelevant, but I'm just saying this is why you can't get me off the land. Do I hate Hebrews and Israelites now? No, I don't. But I know damn well they ain't got nothing for what's going on. You can't put that emotional stuff that you can't deal with the tangible in front of anything. I know that's important. I know that if that happens, what's going to happen? It's going to be a major setback for you, not for Phoenix Moon, because I'll never do that. Does that mean I lack spirituality? Absolutely not.
Y'all look on the bed and shit.
Yeah, because I remember. Absolutely not. So, but at the same time, there's certain lines that I'm not crossing, yo. There's certain lines that I'm just not motherfucking crossing. So it's like not taking accountability for what it is that they have done. And even though you didn't pull the trigger, nigga, you sold that little boy the gun. You sold little Ray the gun. No, you ain't pull the trigger, but you sleeping just fine at night. Some people can sleep fine at night. I'm not some people, but some people sleep fine at night after situations like that. Shit, little nigga was going to get it from somebody else anyway. That be how some niggas feel. And even as fucked up as it is, it does not necessarily mean it might be a lie, but you didn't have to be the one to do it. How about that? I'm going to look at it in the whole part of it to try and make a balanced fucking decision. That could be doesn't go over any fucking moral compasses or exaggerate any or create any wavy lines. We want justice. We want this. We want that. But we're not going to give it to each other. We're not going to give it to each other. So now y'all prove these niggas can say whatever they want to say, and you're not going to protect us. Now y'all prove these niggas going to come through and finesse all the females, and you're not going to protect us because that's your man, and he got some this and that, and he coming with this and that, but you ain't really scrutinize him. Don't know what type of time he motherfucking on. But now you bring him around, and we all just and then you got these females that are creating these situations, and then we have this situation with the kids because these females is affected from this situation. Then we have these kids that feel this way because these parents ain't and then we have these kids that want to hurt your kids because they ain't getting no hugs from here, and we're just gonna keep perpetuating the same cycle of instability, dysfunction, all types of stuff that we say that we set in the precedent to get away from and get rid of and do something different. And each time that opportunity comes up, it's always missed because people are in their feelings. And trying to go off course about what it is exactly that they're feeling about. I feel some way about, us talking to kumbaya shit, and we know we got people that's exchanging things that could potentially harm you. That could potentially harm you. And then it puts, you see how angry all these people were. It puts me in a position where, again, like I said this morning, I feel like when the guy was going to jump off the motherfucking roof and on The Incredibles, and he sued Mr. Incredible for trying to save him. I wanted to die. That's some real shit. But I got to look at it like that because that's the way that it's been moving around. Not because that's the wave that I created. That's the one that people accepted and took on. And it passed around just like Falling. Denzel Washington time.
Hey, Phoenix.
Yes.
We have a lady in the chat named Sharon Tanner.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, please help. I'm living a nightmare. My kids are not safe. I'm a fugitive. Please sign my petition for freedom. Please help, please help, please help. Then she came back and said, my kids are not safe. I'm a fugitive because the police have lied on me. It's a whole mess. Help.
What happened?
She said she's been looking for help for a long time. If anyone knows what she can do, please help.
I don't know. You think we can refer her to the people over there that have a lot of answers? Because it doesn't seem like there's much we could do over here. Like I don't know how to help that situation.
Yeah, and I don't know who this lady
That's
is
that's a
again.
bit
My
much.
thing
I've
is, how
never
do you
seen
sign
your
a
screen
petition for
name.
freedom? I don't know about that. I don't know where they do that at.
Petition for freedom. I just
Yeah, she says she need everyone to sign her petition for freedom.
maybe she want to drop some information about the case or something in there. I don't know. I'm fresh out of solutions. I'm fresh out of that kind of activity. I guess there's some other people that are doing things a lot better. Let me refer you. But don't buy the packages, but perhaps, some of the people that have larger followings, they can assist you, darling. Right. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like that right now.
Yeah, I
Nothing
mean,
I
we
can
don't
do
know what's
about
going on.
that.
There's so much going on. You got people coming at you from left field, right field, upfield, downfield,
Yeah, I
anywhere they
don't got
talk a shot
nothing
at
for
you. So we don't
nobody.
know.
That chick is up. I'm over it.
Right.
Absolutely over it. Sorry, sister. There's some things going on, but for your own viewing pleasure, you can certainly go to there's some people with more likes and that people are jealous of. You should probably find them because I'm pretty sure they got some answers that can absolutely be mind blowing. Let's just say that. Be very, very careful though. I'm very sorry. Um, so anyway, hi, we have Spiritual Key. Spiritual K, I'm sorry about that.
Peace, peace, sister. Peace, brother.
How are you doing?
Peace, peace.
I'm good. I'm good. I was listening to you on the other stream. And I'm not really about, none of that drama or none of that. I'm new to the community. And
Right.
I'm just kind of trying to like look for some answers. I mean, like everybody wants to argue and fuss and fight, and I understand. That's what family do. We all fuss and argue and fight amongst each others, but I've been doing some research, pretty heavy here, like the last, couple of months, and I've traced my family all the way back to 1888, and I realized that the status of my people were changed from white to Negro, and I think it was 1920. So, what advice could you give me in order to? Because I mean, I know we're obviously not white. What advice could you give me in order to kind of get back on the right track to correct my genealogy? It seems like everybody just wants to kind of like get on the hoorah macho stuff, but for us just beginning and still learning, we do need some kind of guidance. And I was just looking for an open platform. I was going to get on the channel earlier that you all were arguing on, but I'm not about that. I'm just looking for an open platform in order to help me along my research. And I'll go ahead and mute.
Absolutely. I totally understand that. We all have those similar situations. The from going from white to Negro to from color Negro and was kind of last. Um, those records that you have from 1880s, they're going to have a birth certificate for your parent. If not a birth certificate, definitely for that parent of that person. What happens is when they are in, so for someone that's born in between 1881 and 1889, um, there's not a lot in between there specifically because the 1890 census burnt down. So if there isn't a lot documented as they were born in those particular years, you kind of lose a chunk of 20 years and then boom, you see them again and they're adults by the next time you see them on the 1900 census. So definitely, if you have them, so did you see them on the 1880 census? How far back were you able to go, or was that person born in the 1880s?
My great great grandfather was born in 1888. My great great grandmother was born in 1890.
1888, you should definitely be able to find his parents. There's going to be marriage records. There'll be county records as well, especially if the father had to, because his father still would have signed up for the Civil War records. That would put that particular, his parents, that will put them somewhere from 18 to 20 years, 25, 30 years back. So there still be some sort of documentation. If anything happens, um, let's see, there was Spanish wars around then. So you will also see if there were any wars that your grandfather was in at that time. It would have the wife, which would be the grandmother of this individual, and you'll be able to see their father's name, and then you'll be able to go back. You can't just solely rely on census records. You definitely need to look at collateral lines too. So if you run into this brick wall, look and see what the brothers and sisters of your grandparents were doing. See if there are any neighbors or common names that you see that have been next to your people for X amount of time. See what kind of activity they have been through. Check the newspaper articles. See if they are in any obscure books regarding that specific town for that particular time frame. A lot of towns, even now, Oklahoma didn't come until 1907. So keep in mind, there's still some towns that when you look at those records, they're called one thing, but they're totally something different right now in 2020. So it may be labeled what it is in 2020, but when you look on the actual record, it'll have what it initially was called. So it's always going to be important to look at the actual record, not just the card that's on the front that shows you, but write down those record numbers. You can get the PDF. You can get the not the PDF. You can get the microfilm from a library that will do a loaner program. If you're in Mississippi and you need South Carolina records, there's a library that will get the records from South Carolina, so you'll be able to view them right there in your city.
That's what's up. Yeah, because see, like when I went back and when I found out they were changed from white to Negro, it kind of puzzled me a little bit. And then I went back and looked at it again, and it said that my great great grandparents, that they were from India. It did not say Indiana. It did not say Indian. It said India. So that kind of confused me a little bit.
No, there are some. Also, they usually make a distinction. There were some East Indians in Virginia, believe it or not. It wasn't a lot of them, but there was some East Indians there as well. And keep in mind where it is that they're saying India. Generally, they would say Calcutta, or other names of the provinces that were established at the time, especially under the British Protectorate for a great number of years, especially around that time. So if you see something that says India, then they more than likely have Hindu descent. It would say Indian, it would not say India, or Indiana. It wouldn't just say Indian, um, from India, especially on a record that establishes their nationality.
Yeah, it was
Unless
on
it's
the
a typo.
it was on the Census Bureau, but it didn't say that it didn't give their names or anything. It just said like where it said like where's the mother from and the father. It said India.
Are you sure it's not Indiana? Because maybe some of the pencil wrote off. Like, it wouldn't say that because on the census records at that time, they say Hindu. And that's how you would describe somebody that we now say is from India. It was said,
Okay.
literally said Hindu. So that
So
could
yeah.
be Indiana. That would be Indiana. If they were certainly from Virginia, it would say that. So I would say that that's more like Indiana. You know what you could do to see if some of the writing may have come off. If you revert the image and turn it into an all black image, like an X-ray almost, then you can see some of the fine writing that may have, wrote off, or you can see if they crossed anything out or whited anything out. It's a lot that you'll be able to see if you revert the color on the image. It looks
All
like
right.
a half moon. So touch on is the one moon part of the bottom part of it may look like it's open, and then the top part of the moon it'll look like a half moon. If that's the highlighted part, that's probably gonna turn it to a dark copy. So it'll all of the pencil or the pen writing will be in white instead of you looking at the white paper with the black background. Sometimes that helps you to do that. And when you zoom in, you can see if there was any impression or if there's something written on the back of it too.
All right, that
Okay.
makes sense because I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, ain't no way my people from India, like for
Right.
real. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
No, if they was from India, especially at that time, they're gonna have some sort of Ellis Island. It's definitely gonna be some sort of immigration something. It would not just be you seeing that. So I'm gonna say that's Indiana. I'm definitely gonna say that's Indiana, not India.
right,
Especially if it
right.
says from where they're from, because it would say that they were Hindu for their race. And even if they were naturalized, there would still be a column indicating that they were naturalized and then have their place. So check any naturalization records just to completely make yourself feel better about that. But from what you're saying, I wouldn't assume India, Hindustan, especially without any other immigration records or support and stuff like that.
So let me ask you one more question. I'm not trying to take your time up. I know you got some other things to get into. Um so once I get all these records and everything, what do I need to do from there to correct my nationality? And I'm actually trying to do this for my entire family because they're the ones that kind of set me on this path. You know, my great aunt, she told me that we were Cherokee Indian. She looks Cherokee Indian. So does my grandmother. And can't nobody tell me that we're not. So what would be the step after, because I know you have to go through birth and death records, and I'm working on that now, getting birth dates and death dates. So what would I need to do after that point that I gather all these records in order to correct the nationality for our family, or for my family, I should say?
Do you know of any of your family that were on the Doors roll? So when you say that you are Cherokee, do you mean the ones that have migrated to Arkansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Iowa,
I'm
Cherokee?
I'm thinking they were somewhere in Georgia
Okay.
originally. Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So I think I want to say it's in Savannah. They have like this really dope center that has a lot of Indian records. It's right there in Atlanta. There's one in Texas, and the one in Atlanta actually has a lot of information, particularly of the people that did not leave during the Trail of Tears. So you're gonna find a lot of those families. So when you see there is definitely Cherokee County, you can tell also by where they lived. Certain places where there were skirmishes, you can see where they may have bounced around. But a lot of information is still going to be there in Georgia, especially in Savannah. Uh, Definitely is going to be a plethora of information. I would check the records from the Indian services, like the military services as well for the men. It'll
What
tell
about
you.
like Pennsylvania? Because
Pennsylvania.
a lot of them were born in Pennsylvania, but I think like as I'm going back further
Mhm.
and further, I think that like originally they came from possibly Indiana. Now that we had this discussion, and I think the grandfather was from Georgia.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
everybody else, like my grandmother and then my great grandmother, they were all born in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh to be exact.
Right. Lots of American Indian activity went to Pittsburgh, especially all of those that lived like Amherst County, Beaucourt, anywhere near the
Hmm.
Alleghenies. A lot of them went into there. I don't remember exactly what. Let me see. 1816. So Indiana would have been part of the Ohio Company for sure. At the time where that would have come from out of the Virginia Company or the Ohio Company. So 1816, Indiana was established. So if you find any records, you would still have to find records prior to that, where Ohio or Virginia or West Virginia or Kentucky, you still would have to look in those states just specifically to get the job. Because whatever county line, let's say they never moved anywhere, but if they drew this imaginary line and this county is Waco County in the state of West Virginia, and now, oops, we created Indiana. Here go these boundary lines. So now one half, the other half of their farm is over the Indiana County line now.
Yeah.
So you'll still have to check in those proximities for the record. And then if there's going to be anything like Civil War, you might find stuff in Ohio. Indiana might even have records, but there's also going to be some stuff in when it comes to the Confederate States. A lot of those records are going to be in Richmond, Virginia.
That's awesome because I actually live in Virginia, so that's what's up right there.
Yeah.
You gave me a real nugget right there. PC sister and PC channel. I just subscribed to you, and like I said, I'm not here for the BS. I'm here for the knowledge.
Yes.
So
Yes.
keep doing what you do, and thank you for allowing me to come on your platform.
Absolutely. You have a good day. Good luck with everything. Hold on to your stuff. If you could apply with those jobs, then there's no reason why you can't. If not, then you need to work some things out with your family. But still get what it is you're supposed to get. Reach out to your other family members. Let them know y'all around. Y'all still here. You know what I'm saying? See how that goes first. Try and form a good relationship. You don't gotta come in hostile, but you got your truth. Especially if you can prove. If you on those roles, then you guys shouldn't have any problems. But I hope I hope nobody takes advantage of y'all. Y'all kind of just stick to family and don't really buy no packages and nothing like that. You should be all right. Dig in on the ancestors. Don't give up on the ancestry. You'll never run out of people. You sound like a relatively young man. You will spend the rest of our lives doing this, and you still will have more that you wish you could have did. So, but good luck to you. Thank you so much for coming through.
Facts. Thanks for your knowledge, and peace. And peace to the brother too on the panel. Y'all be good.
You too. Thank you. What happening, Coach? So, yeah, David Corey, that's what we were supposed to be figuring out, but people got, taken off the genealogy tree. Where Cuzzo at? Come on through, Cuz. Where you at, beloved? I seen Sunny. Sunny! Come through, Sunny. What's up, Renzo? How are you, darling? Hi, Nina. Saucy, what's happening? Yes, NC is definitely a key. It's official. North Carolina's official. Y'all better check it out. Better check it out. Wherever you are, look at the laws that govern which, place where you at and shit like that. That's how you deal with less problems. Cuzzo, what's happening with you?
What's up, big dog?
Oshio,
what's up, family? How y'all doing?
Everything is healthy.
Yeah, what y'all on here building on? I was cutting hair.
Well, we just kind of just been talking about some of the things that was going on, just basically letting people know, like, it doesn't matter what anybody says, any of those types of documents, it's never going to be a good thing. We don't care who sells it, don't purchase it. And, just the fact that anybody that really cares is not going to sell you something that you don't need. If there's 10 grandmothers that a motherfucker could be looking at, I'm not going to give you 10 years worth of Time magazines to distract you from finding them 10 grandmothers. It's like we on the clock. You see what I'm saying? Right. So, and then people got time to clean up and they didn't really clean up. It's a bunch of arrogance and cockiness. There's no accountability and stuff like that. So, that there's a bunch of people that is having it. They are going to excuse behavior for popularity. Then they'll use popularity as a reason for you to act like you're going to ignore the behavior or suffer the consequences of getting shut them down, shut them down, and all of that. So, it kind of just is what it is. It really ain't going to get no better. It ain't for the lack of trying on my part. I really made myself available and shit, probably as much as I'm going to. And that's what it is. It still ain't going to change no truth that I said, even though people didn't like it when I said it the last time, or the time before that, or when I said it 2 years ago, or when I say it tomorrow, next week, Well, next motherfucking year. Like, a scam is a scam is a scam. You may not necessarily be a scammer, but you have definitely sold some shit that was a motherfucking scam. So what do we call you, shammer or what? Because there was a disclaimer. You're not a scammer exactly, so you covered your ass, but the product didn't deliver. So it's kind of a scam, but it's really shitty. So we call it a sham. See where that word came from? So is that what we call it, a shammer? Scammers and shammers. There is kind of a difference, right? But either way, it's all malicious, and either way you put it, it's all hurtful and harmful to the American Indian. And this is something we don't want our kids repeating, right? But if we got niggas doing it to us, then you can know these are the people that's teaching kids how to do this to our kids already with fucking disadvantage. Never mind what the white man doing. You better look around with your nappy-headed brother man and the other man and these other fucking folks is doing. I could be wrong. I yield the mic. Y'all go ahead and talk about what y'all need to talk about. Let me know if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. You're totally right. And people get upset when right is right and wrong is wrong. That's like the simplest thing in the, like, out of all of this. Like, okay, right is right and wrong is wrong at the end of the day. And that's all it is. If somebody mad at you for doing something right, continue doing right. Don't care because somebody's mad that you're doing something right. That don't make you less than a person, doesn't make you a snitch, doesn't make you 12, doesn't none of that stuff because you choose to do right. It just means you choose to do right. And people got to learn how to respect that. You can't be mad because somebody want to do the right thing. It might not be the cool or trendy thing to do, but it's just the right thing to fucking do at the end of the day.
Yeah, like my mom always told me, being cool is the trend, and being right is the trend. That's being cool. You know, going the other way when everybody else is doing something that's foul, you don't have to agree with them. The one that stick out and say he's not going to do that, that's really the cool one. Even when I grew up in Islam, they tell you that if it don't matter what the majority say, whoever is right, even if it's one person, he's the majority. So
Because
that's
he's
what we're
right.
gonna always see. And so with this situation that we have, I see it's a lot of people that say, I'm just here for the information and I'm not here for all the bickering. But you have to understand the information is lying with you. And so what we're trying to do and what Phoenix has been doing openly is been trying to get people to get in touch with themselves. Actually, what I think all of the ancient sciences and all of those type of stuff is doing, don't it say know thyself on the temples and on the walls and all that type of stuff?
On all
So
of it.
what's on all of it? So
Right.
when somebody is telling you to ask your ancestors, ask the people in your family, let's stop all this bickering amongst ourselves in our own households, amongst our own brothers and sisters and our parents. We was raised messed up, and a lot of messed up things happen to us over the centuries, and we know this. But what is the major thing that was taken away from us? We got all these organizations that come and they try to lead us outside of the country, and take our minds outside of the country as well, and tell us that we need all of that type of stuff to feel divine and to feel secure, when in actuality you already had what was divine and you already had what was secure until everybody else came over here into this country and filling our minds and our spirits with all of this foreign hogwash. So when Phoenix is saying that, and she's coming out openly saying, yo, get in contact with grandma, no grandma killers. That's the biggest statement you can say right there, because you live on Turtle Island, which is a matriarch society. You have a matriarch coming out telling you no more grandma killing. You can't get no bigger statement than that. No more grandma killing. That's protecting women, children. It's protecting all new babies that's being born. It just keeps on going when you say just no grandma killing. And then when we get into the intellectual part of no grandma killing, what is she talking about? She's saying, find out who great grandma was. When you find out who they were, have an appreciation for them. This is the truth. This is the enlightenment that's going to come. Because when you don't know who grandma is, for us in America, your rights is taken. Because the first thing they do is they come to take your land so they can have your resources. But in order to do that, you must not exist anymore. So it's not about killing you, it's about not having you exist on paper. But they might kill your parents, though, and raise your children up in orphanages and stuff like that, and to give them a false history. give them another religion, give them a whole different way of life. It's all written down. This is what they was doing. They want to keep the man and take the Indian out of them. Okay? So what we doing is trying to get you to link up with your family and find those documents. You're not going to always find them saying Indian. We already did a show with me and Phoenix. We proved on my pop side how you can find this information, but don't always look for it to say Indian on the document. So now the next thing is we're doing all this stuff privately and contacting each other on Facebook. The sister comes out openly and is telling people to do it. And then you got other organizations is mad at the sister and attacking her, talking about basically she's stupid, she'll know what she's talking about, and you a Black African queen and you need to respect your culture. And she telling them, this is what my family told me, this is what my culture is. Anyway, Black queen, listen, African queen, you with your chocolate Black self, listen, you chocolate Black sister. What? It's like, come on, bro. She's telling you who she is, she's showing you who she is, but yet you still constantly degrading her in her face, in all of our faces. Okay. At the same time, they saying to her face, we hear your mouth. You know how the patriarch society is, and we've been raised under that system. So they say, yeah, you and your big mouth, we tired of your mouth, and we really don't even really want you though, but you the one out here making all the noise though. But we really want this other nigga. We want him, and we want him to show his face. But since you here, let's go. They couldn't get past her, but at the same time, she's sticking up for another brother who made a video talking about the other cat and then talking about the other guy's wife. Let's be honest. Let's keep this real, okay? Now, you made a video talking about this brother and talking about his wife, then they called you out publicly. You ain't answered since. You're running around town doing all this other stuff, but you haven't answered that since. But the world has been attacking our matriarch, our sister, full-fledged, okay? Then at the same time, you're stealing her content. Not saying this brother particularly, but I'm talking about everybody else now who wants to come out and do this Indian podcast demonstration. Let's keep it real. We got brother Africans, Americans Ain't African, and Phoenix Moon, and Tasha She. But Tasha She be putting out videos kind of like how Norris Francis does. So now here comes the breakthrough right here, where you have the one. Now these people that's putting out these videos specifically, let's say Tasha, let's say Phoenix, let's say Norris Francis, who was doing it first, let's say Brother Kerry. What they do is, and anybody else, if I'm leaving you out, excuse me, even Opa Miha, he's representing North Carolina and specifically where he's from when he speaks, okay? These same individuals that's out here teaching you this stuff, you're going to see them at powwows. You're going to see them at other events with other actual Indians, the Indians that have land that's, you know what I'm saying, respected by the states and the world. They're also in cahoots with these people as well. So they're not just out here just talking and running their mouth and showing videos. I call those are reporters. Okay? Big difference. Those are just reporters. You got a lot of reporters here in America. You got a lot of brothers and sisters. They report on Africa. They report on Egypt. They report on Ethiopia and Ghana and Ashe. But none of them can prove any type of relation to those people. But yet they're broadcasting and advertising those people's culture. Now, I live here in Leimert Park and work in Leimert Park. Everybody knows me around here. I deal with all these Africans around here. It's disrespectful when you put on all that type of stuff and claiming other people's culture and you're not really from that country. It's very disrespectful, but other people don't know it. Even though you get involved into it and you want to live the life, it's still disrespectful because you have your own. Just keep it real. Now, our brothers and sisters here, are not only just giving you the words, but they going home as well and telling you that you can go home as well. The rest of the community, I don't know how they calling it a community all of a sudden, when we know one person that said, greetings, Halito, hi, beautiful ones. What's up, Indian country? Boom. Boom. Now somebody says Indian country. Now all of a sudden it's a community. Like, how do you even taking over somebody else's content? That's what I mean by you taking over their content. Well, our community, well, the community is supposed, when the hell we could, what are you talking about? When did we come a community? Not saying we not, but I'm saying, where does this stuff stem from? Then these ones that was the head of this stuff are actually in the community with the Indians, telling you how to get to them, telling you how to get to more information. Video after video, she got video after video. And then people are saying, all she doing, we tired of you coming on here arguing. She's not coming over here arguing. She's protecting grandmother. She's protecting the matriarch. She's protecting you, dumbass. She's trying to stop you from your minority little infant mind touching that damn socket, boy. So she's gonna pop your hands right fast. Not to make you cry, not to offend you, but to make sure you don't touch that socket so you don't kill yourself or hurt yourself, paralyze yourself, doing something you're not supposed to be doing. But why am I saying all of this? Because you have some of us, when we got our information, yeah, we are a community on Facebook. And then we came out, it's coming out publicly now. But we still communicate on Facebook. But you keep trying to shut the sister down on Facebook, so now she's out openly. And now y'all privy to our conversation, and now you offended. It's like, we're here on the ground dealing with our tribes. I'm on the land, I got my children digging in the dirt, all this old type of stuff. This is what we do for real. We're not just reporters. Some people are just reporters. They're not here on the ground. And then I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna in the floor. Not only not on the ground with the actual tribes, but they formed this YouTube draft, like Kruka said. You forming chiefs from God knows where, from people you never even met. They're not even a part of your family. It's like y'all forming just a corporation, in short, and just leave it like that. Stop calling it a tribe. It's like you're using all these type of foreign names, like in our tribe, and we're gonna have an internet. Our tribe is going to be international, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna, like, when you say you're using this like it's a church, like our church is going to do this and do that. When we form our church, this is not a church,
right? Online. Because I say,
online. It's not
I
an
met you
online church.
before.
It's like, what is the name of your tribe? My tribe. And then when you say tribe, you say Indian, you saying Aboriginal. All of these are European words.
Spirit
What is
wolf.
the language of your tribe? What is the language of your tribe? And what is the real name of your tribe? What is the name of your tribe? And what is the name of your tribe in your language? It's like this stuff gets so deep that it's more than just the surface. So in short, find your genealogy, find your family, find your tribe, and link up with those people, because it gets way deep. It gets way deep.
Yeah.
It's way deep. You can't be talking about you're gonna form a tribe, and then y'all gonna meet somewhere and say, okay, where our tribe headquarters gonna be at? Oh, it's gonna be in this state. Fool, it's already a tribe over there. You're already in tribal land. And then what is this tribe that you got? It's a new tribe. And then are you gonna try to take the name of the old tribe that's already there? Like, that's why I always be saying, can we be adults about this and use intelligence? I yield the floor.
Mr. Spirit Wolf, I met you before. Cool as all get out. And a lot of these folks haven't met these folks that they're impressing. You kind of get what I'm saying? And what I did was, I didn't change who I was when I met you. I just showed you who I was. I work with young men for real. I don't sit online and play with young men. I actually work with young men. I don't play and just talk online. Yeah, I'm working with the community, and I'm just saying it to be saying it online. This is what I do for real. This is my life. This is what I do. And folks don't understand, if you're not going to get offline, you can't talk to the people that's doing. It don't matter how many videos you did. I don't care. Because if you're not offline actually helping people and changing people's lives, this is nothing. This is nothing. And
That's
this is
right.
all I'm saying.
That's right. I guess I have I'm just gonna be honest. I've learned a really, really um harsh and powerful lesson. And you know what's so crazy? Because someone said to me, and I really resonate with that right now at this moment, like literally right this second. It kind of really should have been obvious the way the handle was with the elder. When it kind of got the way, like that snub, turn your nose up to Chief Warhorse kind of thing, that really was like all we needed to see. So I wish that if in hindsight, if I could have did things differently, I kind of would have just focused on the things that niggas didn't do versus the shit that they did that they pretend that they have no liability for, right? And I could have just played that angle just to make a better point. So I want to apologize for some of the rants, not the reason for them, but I want to apologize for how it came across because I probably could have did a better way just conveying exactly what it is that's the problem. I want to thank Spirit Wolf so much for kind of just encapsulating a lot of what my twin says all the time about me, but that was the masculine perspective of exactly what it is that happens, has happened with me. So I definitely thank you so much for that. Um and at the end of the day, the being able to see people will, oh, and they have mixed feelings. Now all of a sudden everybody likes Donald Trump. It wasn't cool. I liked Donald Trump when it wasn't cool. I couldn't really endorse him or nothing like that, but I knew Hillary, I felt like that woman was going to kill me personally. It didn't matter how, for that, I just felt like she would kill me personally. So things like that had made me cringe. So knowing that people say what they want about Donald Trump, but Donald Trump passed the rights for indigenous women. Nobody else did that. Gave me a leg to stand on. I'm not a black woman, right? So this is why all of that was unsuccessful. But Donald Trump, these couple of senators got a lot to do with this bill that got passed to protect indigenous women. They've been killing us since the Salem witch trials. We was the first people getting killed over here. We was the first ones that they was scheming on when these people got here. They had to take the female down. Took away the balance. And it has perpetuated. And the reason why I have so much love for the grandmothers, because I'm a mother, I'm not a grandma yet. But I know with that comes some shit that none of us will understand until we get there, right? So when it comes down to being a grandmother, that's triple the dose of pain, depending on how many generations. The pain from whatever it is that may or may not have happened well or as you wanted it with your own children. Then you got the next generations, the grandchildren. Don't forget your other extended nieces and nephews. These women lived in their 90s and 80s and hundreds of years with nothing but pain, right? And this is when sisters was able to rely on each other more because they couldn't talk about postpartum depression. They couldn't talk about having breast cancer. They couldn't talk about being molested, being raped. It's way deeper than the funny shit that I talk about when I say no grandma killers. It's to the 10th power. Niggas don't want to be realistic and think about the shit that grandma had to put up with grandpa. Oh, what a woman. For all the people whose parents was fucked up and on drugs, and you was lucky enough to be around your grandmother, you ain't have to go to foster care. Why would I throw her away for hemoxila? I told you I wasn't playing when it came to grandma. There's so many reasons why I can't. That day, that title will once be mine. It will one day be mine. This is our chance to live forever. And I feel like niggas acting like they in control of us living forever. They're forever and they get to speak for all of us. And that's absolutely not true. You don't get to kill my grandma and make it okay. You don't get to silence me because you don't like how I'm saying it. It's not a lie. But these people will take pleasure in making sure that I am quiet. They even have a squad of cheerleaders of women that tell me that I should be quiet. So these niggas that don't have nothing for them to talk about. It's shit kind of weird. Shit
Yeah,
kind of weird.
it's not right. It's your grandmama. Somebody come in her yard and start acting crazy and acting wild in the house. She gonna go crazy and make sure she put up that fence. You know what I'm saying? Of defense, so that don't nobody come up in there. You might think grandma is tripping, and then later on you start realizing everything she was saying was right. So when you have people coming into the Indian country making up chiefs and stuff like that and just going sideways, you're like totally disrespecting, and you're teaching other people, and you're an elder and you're teaching other people to basically just disrespect their grandparents. To hell with all of that. We don't need all of that. We're gonna do our own because we've been captured here and enslaved in other countries, and then we're gonna go over there and free those tribes too. It's like, what? Come on now. When you start talking all this crazy stuff, and then you got other cats that's supposed to be the main blasters of Indian country on the boob tube, and then go out and protect and go out and start backing that type of stuff, that shows us that you actually are incompetent. You actually say you are this and that, but you're really not. Because have you got in contact with those people? Have you got in contact with any type of tribe? See, all tribes are not federally recognized. There's some that's just state recognized. There's some that's not even state recognized, but they still have respect by the state and by their city. There's bands, clans. It's like they're a group of families all around. You can go on Google. When you go back and sometimes you can't find some of your family members, you have to start Googling the areas of where they live. You have to find a paper trail and go through and start looking for them. You Google certain names like the Jackson family, the Indian Jackson family of Texas, such and such county. Okay, and then they're gonna start giving you certain names of families that was listed as Indians with regular English names. But the people in that state and that community know who those people are. So you're looking for this big census record and this almighty dolls roll list when your family never moved to Oklahoma. So why would they be on the dolls rolls list? There's a lot of reservations, a lot, way more than what's in um, Oklahoma. They're all around the country. Where you live at, a lot of the plantations were reservations. They were forts first. They were our land first, then became a fort. You know, sometimes they became a school, then a plantation, and so forth. But that's where your people were at. They went to school at that plantation or that fort, all that type of stuff. And all of these records are there. So you don't stop finding your grandma and your grandpa. You keep looking and you keep searching and you protect them. So all she's doing is putting up that wall of protection. And I mean, how many times are we going to get pulled by the coattail going the wrong way? You had the African American Colonization Society, the American Colonization Society. They tried to get us to go to Africa, right? Boom. After that, you got Marcus Garvey came with his big boom. But before Marcus Garvey, you had the Moorish Holy Zionist Temple. They came in like the late 1800s. Okay. Now they're trying to teach you to be Zionists and be Jews and Moors at the same time. None of that has to do with America. Marcus Garvey coming over from Jamaica, he's telling you Africa for Africans. He's taking you up over to Africa. Noble Drew Ali is telling you about the Moors. He's taking you to Morocco, and then taking you back over to Mecca, where the Garden of Eden is. So now you're going even further than Africa. You're going all the way to Arabia now. Elijah Muhammad, he's taking you to Arabia and even farther than that to India and Pakistan, where Farah Muhammad is from. You're going even farther than the Mecca. Jeez. Okay? It's like now finally somebody comes, and I mean, let's keep going. Then you got Malcolm X coming, he's regurgitating Elijah Muhammad. And then Martin Luther King coming, he's regurgitating Christianity. Then after Martin Luther King come, you got Black Panther Party. Now Black Panther Party, then Farrakhan regurgitates the Nation of Islam. Then after Farrakhan regurgitates the Nation of Islam, Khalid Muhammad comes out. It's like, come on now. After Khalid Muhammad come out, then you got Taj Tariq Bey. Then now the Moorish reign is coming again. Okay? Right? Then after the Moorish reign come again, then you got the Sarnetta reign coming, and then you got Omar Johnson reign coming again. They throw you back over there again. And then who comes and put a stop to that whole little madness? Wow. No more. All right? Who come and put a stop and say, nah, to hell with all of that?
Right.
The sister. So that's like, stop being a weenie, man. Just admit it. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disrespecting nobody else's work, but give the sister her credit for speaking out and stopping that nonsense, because y'all not coming in here and disrespecting the elders that's out here putting real work in here. Y'all trying to make the other real so-called Black Indians look stupid that's out here doing work, trying to get recognition with their government. Actually, in their states, they got to battle with the other family members, actual family members that they all know they related, can all prove they come from these same chiefs, but they want to keep us out of certain situations. And these ones is fighting to get their recognition, and then you guys is out here doing what? Making everybody look stupid with your African Indian hogwash Ashe worshiping demonstration, whatever that was. You're making us look stupid. Stop with all of that. And if you one of these big YouTubers bragging about how many followers you got, what does that have to do with the land and being on the land and being with your actual people and learning what our culture actually was? And then when you form a new nation, you actually taking us, or not us, but the people who are trying to find themselves away from their grandmama and away from what their grandmas and them actually did. So what? The Choctaws might be looking a certain way now, or the Cherokees. That don't mean one of them old grandmas up in there don't got the culture. Like, what are we trying to do? Are you trying to get the culture for your children? Are you trying to be mad that somebody light skinned? I yield the floor. Oh, hold on. One more thing.
Go ahead. Go for it, cuz.
I gotta say this. Okay, when I went to Georgia, I had such a blast. My mama took me around, went to the Trail of Tears and all that. It was all blocked off. She was pulled over to the side, said, "Go, son. It's yours. Go ahead and go up there. I'll wait." I was like, "Oh, thanks, Mom." And then I just had a beautiful trip and all that. Then I was leaving. My flight got canceled. And then I got a chance to kick it with Crew Cut, who was just going to come up to the airport to kick it with me just to have breakfast before I left, which was an honor, okay? But I called him and said that's not gonna work because my flight was a little different. Just go ahead and rest, man. I'll catch you when we come back out here for the No Grandma's tour. My flight ended up getting canceled, and so I bought another flight, and I was gonna leave that evening. So I called Crew Cut back and said, "Hey, you still want to kick it? I'm gonna be here for a while." He was like, "All right, cool. I'm on my way." Pow! I went and kicked it for a minute, chilled, charged my phone up. The brother pulled up on me. When he pulled up on me, he was in the car with his wife, with his lady. I was like, okay, he has a lady. That's a good sign because I don't know this from Facebook. You don't know people's life. You don't know nothing about them, but that you have good conversation with them on Facebook because y'all are like-minded. Okay, so that's cool. Um, when we left from the airport, we went over to a nice neighborhood. I was like, "What's up with this?" She's like, "Yeah, all these houses, all black people live up in here." I was like, "Man, it's nice." Okay. Then we went and got some cool stuff from California. You know, the Californian stuff because I'm a visitor, right? And that was great. So we leaving from there with our good California stuff, and then he says, "You know, my mom's buying 110 acres right over here. You want to see it?" We pass by there. Um, then we get to my man's house, not apartment, house. Nice land, nice area, beautiful backyard. I was all in it because I was in it. Okay. Um, I don't want to put too much of his business out there, but he has a beautiful family. His kids was there. Unc, what's up, Unc? Unc was there. I got me some moonshine. We played pool. He showed me the pictures of the get-togethers and the gatherings that he have at his spot at nighttime. Um, I ain't gonna say the other stuff, but he had a lot of stuff going on that was just like, wow. He got all this cracking at his house. Beyond the fact that I said, yo, how did you get this? And he told me the story of what happened about the place. And to make a long story short, somebody tried to swindle him. And he went to go talk to the people that actually was going to, or the attorney or whatever that was taking over, that was in charge of the place. So he went in there to go talk to the dude, man, the man. When the guy seen Crew Cut, he says, what are you here for? I'm here about the property, such and such. My man says, uh, aren't you the guy that works with the kids? He said, yeah. Yeah. He said, you the guy to be teaching them boxing over at the park and over at the schools too and that stuff? He says, yeah. He says, yeah, I jog in the morning and I see you a lot around here working with the kids. That's you over there at that place? He said, yeah. Don't worry about that, man. We're going to talk about that later. I'll holler at you. The cool cut just had to leave, and you know what I'm
I
saying, they
know
handled
that's
their
right.
situation. So I'm just saying, like, not only do we be helping people out with business etiquettes and how to start up your corporation and stuff like that online, but in reality, face to face, bruh's thorough and a real dude, clean guy. The same guy you see basically here is the same guy he is in person. And I'm honored to say that I met him, and I'm honored to say that I didn't have to. I was out of money. My check came the day before, but I didn't get my car yet. I just switched everything on the car because I'm on disability right now from construction, and so I was out of bread. My man took care of me, bought me food, a great meal. Just, you know what I'm saying? Took care of your boy. Didn't ask me for nothing. Just took care of me and dropped me off on time. And I must say again that he has a good woman behind him, and excuse me, on the side of him, in front of him. Shit,
Yes, she
okay,
is.
because she speaks. She ain't nobody that don't speak. She speaks up on hers, and she know what she's talking about. Another thing that y'all know that I'm gonna just say, so we can just like keep things basic, is that he's an army brat, like my mama. My mom is from a bunch of Indian backgrounds, but her parents, her father was in the service, and my mom was born in France, like I always be saying. Crew cut, born out the country. His wife, born out the country. These people speak multiple languages and shit like that. Yo, been to multiple countries. Don't sometimes you gotta be cool because my mama always told me, I don't care if it's a bum, I don't care what you think about that person. Always be nice, always be cool, because you don't know who the fuck or where they come from. You don't know who they are. So I'll say that to say
Wow.
all that internet stuff is cool. This is all good. But understand that we coming at y'all as real family. This ain't no makeup. I hope.
Yes. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
That's facts.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen.
I
But
enjoyed
now
that.
look, now I will tell you, this is the conversation, and me being in the middle of both these conversations, right? And I had a conversation with Coach, and you told me how much you enjoyed Soqua's company, right? And then when I spoke to him when he finally got home, he told me about his experience. So it worked out just how it was supposed to, and it wasn't even planned, but it ended up being that way. He was already coming to the No Grandma tour, so he didn't stop his plans or nothing and still came through. And the way that it worked out, but y'all both got to spend that time together. And that was so dope. And just me, I'm telling you, you sounded like you had a great time, and so did he on both ends. Me being in the middle, I can honestly say both you guys, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. That's the vibe that we need to make sure is consistent around here.
I'm just trying to show us men out here doing it not for
Not
views.
for
It's just
views.
we
That's
do
right.
it every day. It's just what we do every day. I know sometimes to other people it might seem like I'm hard to work with, but actually I have a lot going on, and I will find time for whatever that's going on. Believe
That's
I've
right.
found time for what's going on. It's just hard when you watch people that spend numerous hours and dictating who you are, and they don't have a clue. And it's like, okay, you just keep your mouth shut and just keep moving. And then I don't know, sometimes, sometimes I am human. I guess what I could say is I am human. And sometimes people can, you know, get you, pissed off, because it's just too much sometimes. You can already have a lot going on, and they just throwing fuel on top of the fire. But
Right.
at the end of the day, like working with you all, Stacy and Tasha, it's just been, like you said, it's just been a pleasure. It's just been peace. We don't have
Right.
and it's like we're seeing more progress every day. Oh, you might get a call. Oh, we got this done, and somebody else might call. We got this done. It's like people are actually working in real time.
Right. And then to keep in mind, like my favorite part are the breakthroughs. My favorite part is the yo, it worked. Oh, this is great. I that's what I like. I like that. I like hearing those good stories when y'all send me the pictures and stuff like that. Those is that all that stuff is cool, man. Um, so I have tons of, you know, things that I can say, like just nice things that people send to me, great sentiments and stuff like that in regards to how it is that they feel about me and they appreciate me. And like outside of my family, that's what that counts. It means a lot. It's really some genuine people out there. And it's just come a lot of this has come at a time where a lot of us are tired not of putting up the information, but tired of kind of being on the forefront so much without any protection and shit like that. This is soft because there's no one there to be like, hey, back up off of it. They gotta be right directly around. But ain't nobody really coming. And then you see even the small things like such as Sean Blackman coming around telling niggas, yo, y'all not gonna be talking to her no type of way, right? But at the same time, when the shoe was on the other foot, it wasn't really, oh, she went and got a goon. She went and got a goon. Like, you got to pay attention to the way things go. Like, it's really not going to be fair. It's not going to be balanced. And I'm not going to cry about that. What I'm going to do is just level my playing field. What I'm not gonna do is have like I'm not the one to let obstacles just sit right there in front of my path. So if that's what people are expecting or thinking, that's not gonna happen. I might as well just make it clear right now. It's not gonna be exactly like that. It's not gonna be exactly like that. So some of the questions and stuff like that, they didn't get asked specifically. They wait until you get so frustrated and leave the program or whatever before you can actually see what it is that they alleged that they was trying to say. So now, like, for instance, as soon as I got off the platform, You got Big Shirley talking about some FBI shit. Y'all like y'all really still can't explain that shit. And now and and you know what? I don't want to steal anything from somebody that I already that's really more a part of theirs. What they gotta say in defense of some of the shit that these people been talking. So we could bring that up when that bill happens again. But what else was it? It was another thing regarding them fucking Neville's, and they asses had a whole raid at their house and shit like that. And you know what? So now I just found that article. So y'all so fucking stupid, right? You've been fucking gum bumping with these dumbass motherfuckers. Dumb people in particular, you know, y'all going that right there was a fucking mistake. That right there was a fucking mistake. But anyway, I just found this not too long ago. This is way after the fact. You know, the whole time this shit was happening, you had a play by play. Nobody, there was no surprises. Everybody had a play by play. Even to the people that ended up going over there defending them. They too, I got all sorts of records because I didn't know these people. They all brought them to me. So therefore, anything that I knew about these people would have to come from the people that introduced them to me. Because there's no way I can know them any better than you. These your peoples. These your cool. They all saying the same thing, and then I'm telling you what it is. What the disconnect is because they want to know why she don't want to. He like, yeah, because she don't like this and she don't like that. And I left that up to you because those are your friends that you're introducing me to. You should let them know how I work. See, I don't think people really gave them the disclaimer on how it is that I work. But even though I made myself clear, so now that I think about it, when I met these people, it wasn't nothing about no dog on a leash. It was really because the house got kicked, their door kicked in. You had problems with that because you would still have the problems with the dog from off the leash because you got all these other problems. It's neither here nor there, but there's just so many lies and stuff that got told. So when it came down to, you know, Empress Holbert, I really went over there, like I said, for them to interview me. Whatever it is that they wanted to ask me firsthand, that was really their opportunity. It really wasn't to get into no screaming match. I don't have to go over there justifying nothing. I'm gonna pop shit, talk shit. I could come over here. But it seemed like they had some things they wanted to ask me about, some things they wanted to convey. And clearly, it really wasn't anything they wanted to convey. They just wanted to spew some hate. Because when you get down to the matter of what exactly is the problem here, everybody still skip past the fact that you're selling dangerous paperwork and these things are duplicitous and something that the Indian doesn't need at all. Nobody, they're not even grown enough to admit to that. So there's really no sides. You know, there's no sides that you have to take with that. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay. So there's really no side taking in that. A simple, hey, homie, take that shit down, apologize, and keep it moving. You could have did that shit anonymously, and if it would have happened, then nobody is dangerous, and there wouldn't have been no problem. But none of that happened. Look at every instance that it was an opportunity to make it better, and it never got better. So for somebody to talk about people taking the high road or being the bigger person, automatically it shows your bias that you just automatically assumes that it should be Moon. You automatically chose me to be the bigger person when I'm the one that was they was trying to scrub me and do me dirty. Same way y'all let the Native Americans do it, y'all let the Pan-Africans do it until I whipped their asses. I gave you a sense of purpose. This is why, because I was consistent no matter what it was that they done to me, and a lot of you helped them try to do it. Giving them my grandmother's pictures, y'all was on my friends list, not them. Let's keep it real. Y'all been planning and plotting this all along, but none of that shit worked. I want to know how y'all feel about that. You think I don't know just because I ain't say something. Y'all think I sell too much, but I really don't. I say just enough. Give you niggas just enough rope to hang yourself.
What pleasure do somebody get in hanging a fellow brethren? I don't understand it. Or sister.
Well, because they didn't have what I was coming with, but they didn't understand that charge came from the ancestors. It had nothing to do with me. And they tried to, everybody has their time. It was my time at the time, and they was mad that it was my time, and they've been trying to stop it. So all this time, you've been trying to stop my time. What do you guys think is going to happen? My time is going to be extended because niggas kept trying to rob me of it. You had your time. You think I didn't stand in the way of that. Definitely not going to stand in the way of mine. You need to know the sun don't shine on the same dog's ass forever. So while I'm remembering all of the people that got dismissed as if they were the little people, they will now be the big people coming up because they've earned their way. They've made their way that way, right? Not just no internet appointed, consistent behavior, good characteristics, moral judgment of character, accountability if it don't go the way you say it's going to go. That's real comfortable being able to do business with somebody. If coach do something wrong that embarrasses us at Wild Feathers, he man enough to get up there and apologize and make it right. Same thing about me. Same thing about Tasha. So are we all really on equal footing, or are you holding others to higher standards and the ones that you're fond of to lesser standards because what? It's just money? Because what? So there really can't be a bunch of excuses. So now I realize that I right now am sitting in my water. You want to know what that means by me sitting in my water? Well, I'm a fire sign. Okay. Fire sign. My other sign is a Leo. So I am fire, fire, and my rising is Aquarius. And right now I had to sit in my water. You know why I had to sit in the water? Only because there's someone that was really bothered that's generally such a cool, laid back person, very reliable, understanding, supportive, and all types of good things that I could say. And at that point, where that person has now a different energy because of something that was triggered, not because they did something, they was looking for something wrong, but it was triggered. And that usually just sends me in a tizzy. But I knew that I would be foaming at the mouth and I'd be so mad that my shit would be pasty like a fucking fiend with the fucking Budweiser song, because you know when you get mad, you lose saliva and all of that, like how the ladies was yelling and all that. I hate, right? All that I hate Phoenix shit. So I had to sit in my water and I had to take a minute because I'm like, damn, just the fact that this particular individual that I admire is upset would have triggered me, right? This goes back, right? Because you don't never want to see your people's feeling some kind of way, right? So that was a trigger, and I really had to sit here because if it was me or if it was just my sister or something, I would have lost my cool and been on here. Ah! But I had to think about a cool person that is always cool all the time. Now they're not cool, and this is the chance where I can't be fire. I have to use the little bit of water I got so that I could keep the cool person cool. So I have a problem with people that make the cool people hot. I'm the hothead. I need the cool people to cool me down. Now you go fucking up those types of mediums and disturbances and shit like that, and it's never going to work right for people. That's just common sense. You can't go disturbing somebody else's peace because you living in some chaos. That shit was whack. That little performance over there. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't appreciate that. I wish I would have known sooner because I'd have been right over there with Coach banging. I didn't appreciate what I saw. I kind of came at the end. And now I have beloved Sharka that could come and tell it for herself. How you doing, sister? You are the cool that keeps us cool. So when you're not cool, it's hard to stay cool. You understand me?
I feel a lot better. I had to sit out in the sun and try to center myself again because, like I said, I don't like to get out of pocket because it's hard for me to come back. It's just an energy thing. So,
and I even took a special minute to center mine so that I could keep it on this level. So I didn't rub off on you, even though, because you know what I'm saying? I didn't want those vibes to stay attached to you. I knew you was trying to escape it. You just taught me how to use power that I don't always use. So thank you anyway. It was a lesson and a lesson.
No, you're welcome. It took a lot for me to learn that because there's a lot of trying people out here who's going to try you. and then even my family. So I had to learn how to walk in my purpose. So there's a lot of things I had to learn because I'm very sensitive, and that's why I tend to stay by myself because I can't deal with too much. So I had to learn how to stop taking stuff personal and realize that the way people act has nothing to do with me. It's what's wrong with them. It's how they feel about themselves. It has nothing to do with me. So I had to learn that too. I had to learn that there's some kind of trauma there that they have to heal from, and they just take it out on everybody. I feel like as the world changes, some people just want to remain the same, but we're supposed to change too. We're supposed to evolve too. We're not supposed to remain the same. We're supposed to grow up from being a child, from a baby to a child to adolescent. Just like when you crawl, you walk, you sit, there's steps, there's still steps as you get older. You're not supposed to remain just this angry person that doesn't really want to grow up. And what I'm trying to say is like what's going on right now. I feel like everybody's listening to the president, and he's a man, but with the way he talks, I feel like they're talking to children. Like, I'm a grown person. I'm not a child. This man doesn't know nothing about me, but he's going to tell me how to live my life. But I should be able to live my life the way I want to live it because I'm not a child. You tell children what to do. You don't tell grown people what to do. So my mom would get upset when I used to be out here, when they put the band on, I'd be out here. And she would get upset, and I would tell her, well, I want to enjoy life. If this is my life, if I choose to come out here and something happens to me, then it was my choice. But I chose that. Nobody should have to tell me to stay inside. I'm grown. And I think a lot of people just fail to realize that we're grown-ups and we can make our own intelligent decisions for ourselves. Some can and some can't. I'm one who can. I know when to back off when I need to back off. And I know one who needs to push when I need to push. So that whole ordeal was just a whole mess because it was nothing but lies and slander. And it bothered me because I feel like our fight is already hard. And then I got to fight my people too. And I noticed a lot of our people will take out that energy out on us. But when it comes to these Europeans, they don't say nothing to them. They don't give them that same energy. And I don't like that. Because if you can get rah-rah with me, then you definitely need to get rah-rah with them. I'm not your enemy. I'm not trying to fight you. My battle is your battle. So when I'm out here trying to fight, I should have to fight the European and fight my people too. That makes it twice as hard. I understand we have our differences, but we need to learn how to put our differences aside and work together as a common goal because it benefits both of us. Then we can carry our fight on later then if that's what you want to do. But we have other things that we need to worry about. And fighting each other is not one. I refuse to be in that battle. I could have went on that panel, but it would have done no good because all those people on there, when I said the same feathers, when I said the same feathers flock together, that's what I said. What I meant is the same energy. Nobody is trying to be a solver. Everybody's, you're a liar. You're this. Rah, rah, rah. You burn. You burn. I'm not about to put myself out there for you to treat me like that. I'm not about to do it. You're not about to give me some energy that I know I don't deserve. And I'm not about to give you the fire to set me on fire with. I don't know those people. But I do know we all have the same struggles. I know that. So our fight shouldn't be with each other. I'm out here trying to help these children because it's hard to get to these adults because a lot of them are stuck in their ways. And they frustrate me. So it's easier for me to be able to talk to a child's mind than an adult mind. So I'm out here seeing how damaged our children are, trying to help them, trying to make them better, trying to find the peace within themselves. So I've got to keep my energy right for them. I can't let my energy go because some people don't want to grow up or they don't want to change or they're comfortable the way they are. Chief Oyemina said what she had to say, but I believe in everything happens for a reason. She came into my life to bring me to Chief Blue Feather. She was part of my story, but my story didn't go no further with her once I met Chief Blue Feather. That's all she was a part of. My story ended there with her. A lot of us carry people with us who not supposed to be in the rest of our path, who's not supposed to be going the same path we are. They're not meant to stay on the same path we are. They're just meant to bring us to the person we need to be with. So she brought me to the person I need to be with. So my story ended with her right there. I didn't know her. I still don't know her, just by the little incidents that she acted up there, but we already know she knows the truth. I know the truth. That's all that matters. But I do thank her for bringing me to something that I need to be at that time. A lot of people don't realize that some of these people you're going to have to let go because they're not part of your story. They're not going down the same path. And if you stay there, you're not going to be able to walk in your purpose. You're not going to be able to be the best person you can be because you're letting people hold you back. You can't move forward like that. All this weight, you're carrying all this weight on you. You got to shed some of that weight. It's a lot easier to walk with less weight on you. Ask me, I know. I'm by myself. There's a lot of my family members I don't even deal with. I don't care if you're family. I will cut you loose. There's nothing that says just because you're my family member, I have to deal with you. If you are not the type of person that I need to be around me in my group, to keep my energy level up high, then I don't need you. I don't need you to bring my energy level down because I fight that every day. I'm not about to fight you two. And then if you can't be with me as I grow and you don't want to grow, that's not my problem. I'm not asking you to change your ways. If you're happy and you're comfortable with the way you are, you have the right to be. It's just like I have the right not to deal with it. This is my energy. I choose to give my energy to who I want to. You're not going to make me.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of people don't seem to understand that. And then if they get out here and they focus more on themselves and align themselves and meditate and be around positive people, then they'll start seeing what I see. A lot of people can't see what I see because they're not on that level that I'm on. They can't feel what I feel because they're not on that level that I'm on. I can't make you get there. I can just show you the way. But a lot of things you're going to have to shed and get rid of because it's a lot of stuff that's just weighing you down. And if you just listen to yourself, you know it. But when I said birds of a feather flock together, it's energy matches energy. If I would have gone on that panel and everybody's negative, everybody's yelling, okay, then guess what? I'm going to start yelling too. I'm going to start calling folks out their names. I'm not trying to pass that energy on. I don't even want no parts of that energy. It's draining. It is very draining. And I don't see how people can be like that. Yeah, we have all these different emotions because we need them. But gosh, at least if you're going to have that negativity energy, put it on something that's going to be a purpose in our life, that's going to change our life. Use that energy for something good. Don't use it to tear other folks down. Do something bad with it. If you're going to have that type of energy, good. We need that type of energy. But for certain circumstances, you need that type of energy. And it is not to bring your people down. We've already been brought down enough. They already say we crabs in a barrel. I'm tired of this negative image that they have placed on us that's untrue. Now, we all looked at that the same way. When they see somebody acting crazy, they say all of us act like that. They categorize all of us in one category. But when I come around and I talk to people, and they're like, dang, she know more than I know. She talks sense. Yeah, we're not all that way. Just like you have crazy folks in your race, we do too. But I think also because of me growing up overseas most of my life and not coming to the stateside till I was like 16, has a lot to do why I am the way I am. because I didn't see all this going on overseas. You know, a lot of stuff I had to relearn when I came back stateside. It's a lot different overseas. A lot different. I had all types of races of friends because I was an Air Force brat. My dad retired from the Air Force. So I didn't know nothing about different races. And when I was younger, they used to say, why you sound white? When we used to come stateside to visit the family before we went to our next base, and they'd be like, why you sound white? And it used to hurt my feelings because I used to be like, why do they keep saying I sound white? I don't even know what white sounds like. I'm just talking the way I thought I was supposed to talk. So it hurt my feelings as a child when they would say, why you sound white? It never did register to me as a child why they thought I sounded white, because I knew I wasn't white. But I didn't understand why people, when I came stateside, would tell me I sounded white. So as I got older and I realized a whole lot of things now, it was just because I didn't have the lingo that everybody had. So when I did come here, I tried to talk like it, but I just couldn't grasp it because, you know, I wasn't raised around it. And it sounded kind of funny, but you know, I've learned to be me. I've just learned to be me. You accept me the way I am or don't accept me at all. I'm happy being by myself. I have no problem being by myself. I have me and my boys, and anybody else I take in, that's fine. You want to be part of my pack? Fine. I will take you as my new family. I sure will. I don't mind being by myself because I know I came to this world by myself and I'm leaving by myself.
I know that's right.
I just don't think people get it. I mean, I'm not going through another 100 years of this mess.
Right.
I'm tired.
We shouldn't have to. These things do set us back. I mean, I'm telling you, look at how they did this shit. Like between the corona, niggas almost forgot the census. Like it's almost like did people try to create this momentum around these things that we were still supposed to stay focused of, even though it looked like all shit had hit the oscillating revolver? It's almost as like this was a choreographed stage in order to get people, especially namely the ones that only say genealogy when it look like they showing shit that say you shouldn't be doing it, right? Because when nobody's looking, they don't give a damn about genealogy, not selling links to nowhere. Definitely not that. That ain't caring about genealogy, because if you care about genealogy, you care about grandma. You're gonna send them all fucking library books, list of different just stuff just for that. If you're not, you know, the Constitution is free, so you couldn't charge a nigga for that. So it's just like a little things. The U.S. code, nobody needs you to provide that. Now, if you given a copy of a good Black's Law Dictionary or something, maybe like what was you paying? What was people paying for? Just something to read. Just something to read. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how did that, and then you still got people that still, oh, I'm just trying to learn. Nigga, it's been 4 years. You ain't learned not one thing over there. What the fuck you learning? What you learning for real? It's kind of hard. So now we have these situations that haven't been addressed, and still at the end of the day, guess what? Who complaints? Who shit went unheard? The woman who got federal probation, and all the other people that are too ashamed, embarrassed to say anything, you know, seeing how these niggas perform this circus, that's kind of a form of intimidation, right? So now somebody's saying, who stole? Who money I took? Who I scammed from? Yeah, what y'all niggas talking about? I scammed for what? That'll make somebody be like, oh gosh, I can't go against the big bad Wizard of Oz because, you know, look at how his crew, his bulldogs, you know, the pit bulls in the skirt. Got a bunch of EVE pit bull in the skirts going on over there. Right? So that make people, that's like also an intimidation tactic. It's a Broadway bully shit that happens when you go and you try to tell the motherfucking truth. Your truth, that means all these niggas will say, hey, look at what she had on. You sure you wore that dress? Hey, didn't you know what that dress looked like? You shouldn't have wore that dress, sister. I mean, it is kind of revealing. Didn't you see that man had some didn't he look dangerous to you? You see how it turns around? So the person comes to tell the complaint to the people that say they cheat, and they be like, shit, I don't know what to tell you. Ain't go and sit down and play, little nigga. It's okay. It's okay. You just send them away and they try to say, hey, wait a minute. I'm on fire over here. I'll go on. Ain't nothing wrong with you. It's just a little bird. Just put a little butter on it. Keep it moving. That's how they did these situations. They did all of these situations like that. Let's take it back to Soul Alchemy. All of these situations ended up the motherfucking same where the nigga get away with the bag. And the bitch is the one that got to just take the L. And these niggas is okay with that. And they want Moon to pipe down and say when Moon came back from her hiatus, she was different. Yup, because you niggas forgot who the fuck you was supposed to be dealing with. Definitely forgot how to respect people. And I knew it and I saw it. This is why I put my guards up. And there was no reason for me to take it down because all y'all niggas was on me. All of y'all. One at a time, 10 at a time, hiding behind different screen names, Facebook, YouTube, trolling me, all of that. Y'all been everywhere except where I was building, making this motherfucking foundation. Because I'm part of the foundation. I don't give a fuck. Stop listening to me. You came here knowing what you know. A lot of it got to do with me. I was a part of that. I know the people that were a part of that, the contribution, not the, hey, let me introduce you to this person and that person. And nah, it wasn't, no. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the actual blends and shit. So yeah, so that's where it stopped. And that probably, and you just taught me something very valuable because at the point where Tony introduced me to Bernie, our relationship really should have ended there. And I kind of think he knew it because that is where I was able to have the level of, back and forth that I needed at the time where I had all of this heat. And here I am learning from somebody a little experience, teaching me how to scrap a little bit, just a little bit on the approach and shit. Go a little harder. She didn't teach me how to study at all. By no means, but we made a dynamic motherfucking team. So yeah, you make the introduction, don't mean you were supposed to stick around. I totally get that. See, I could take other situations and make them useful for myself. Knowing that after that, I had to just be calm, right? Because that is where that's the level that I'm used to seeing Shark around. I don't even want to be loud on the phone when Shark is around. Her spirit is calm. It calms me down. So even when I'm, hey, Phoenix, hey, Shark, I'm no longer that way. So yeah, I had to sit in my water. I just learned a little something about myself. And I want to thank you for bringing me back to some of the gifts that I don't say I forget to have, but I definitely don't exercise them. And I have to practice that even more, especially being frustrated when I got to deal with people and talk to them over and over and over, like children, just to get a point across. So now at the point where now you're not going to get a fair shot, explaining yourself. So you really don't owe nobody. At this point, you don't owe nobody in the Aboriginal community, right? Or the American Indian community, because it's two different ones. Clearly. That ain't nothing that I gotta say. Niggas drew a line there by themselves.
They don't want to be called Indian.
They drew that line themselves, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Because contrary to how fucking mad they feel, got what I need to get. Really, ain't nothing. I'm not worried about nothing. I can be the American Indian and people can have the American Aboriginal. That seems to be good enough for you. It's kind of, it definitely brings you where you need to be, but it doesn't really properly place you anywhere. It just shows you're here, but you ain't placing yourself nowhere because genealogy is bullshit. Because I am willing, as an Aboriginal, I am willing, Aniji, I am willing to give you some shit that you don't need, because I $139.99 because I'm fucking saying that I'm better than you, and I'm saying you're not that smart. And if I put a sign that says danger, it's not my fault, you can't read it. What you over here for? Because all I'm selling is this. And maybe danger might be a part of it, but I put up a sign and said this could be dangerous. But even though you thinking you could trust me, this is something that you just ain't do it right. You just ain't that ain't how you hold the lighter, and you can't have the lighter fluid real close to your face and nothing because it might blow up. Like that might be just common sense. I don't know why you thought because you bought the lighter for me, it wasn't going to blow up in your face. Lighters is explosive. And then there's a crowd of people saying, hey, he gave her a lighter. Lighters explode. Lighters explode. You can't be mad. Lighters explode. Sister, you should have blacked your face. You should have used rubber gloves when you had the lighter on. Right? That's the type of time. That's just what happened. So there is definitely a difference because the Indians are going to take care of the Indians. The Indians are not going to sell other Indians some shit they don't need. There is good shit that came out of all of this because we get to fucking thicken up. We get to put the shit in bold font now. That line was drawn. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for drawing that line. We didn't create that line. This nonsense created that line. Now people have to deal with that line. And that line is there are American Aboriginals and there are American Indians. The American Indians deal with genealogy. We respect the matriarch. We are forming strong communities where people are mentally healthy, drama-free, trauma-free, reconnecting back to the land. Not on Phoenix Moon terms, but on the terms that were set before us.
Right.
See, the only difference is now that we know what we know, we can read the law and we can read bullshit disclaimers. See, before we couldn't read the slave master's disclaimers. So when he said you're going to work for me for X amount of years, he put a little disclaimer on there that said any nigga sign this contract, he's going to be bound and gagged to these clauses in this contract come hella high water. Ain't that that's a legal expression, hella high water. Ain't that what Sister Lily got? Hella high water. Unfortunately, that water was high, ocean high. And unfortunately, no one really cares about that $39.99 because there was a big fat disclaimer up there. Well, you want to know what? You can put it another way. You can talk about vibes and frequency and everything. But if you don't think you just subjected your women to getting robbed, cooked, scammed, skeezed, something, and the people that you expect to assist you, they will not. Maybe your mother, your grandmother had cries that went on deaf ears. Maybe she told you or told somebody was doing wrong. Neither. I'm assuming that's pretty much how it goes. It wasn't okay. It was okay for Lily. It got to be okay for your mother too. Oh, yes, it's okay for your mother. It's okay for a nigga to take your daughter's money too because she ain't read the fucking fine print. It's okay for them to let your daughter in the club because they didn't read her ID properly. It's okay. Make light of these matters if they want to, but these type of things are going to come back around full circle. And guess who's going to be front and center? Guess who's going to make sure that the ancestors make sure that people are going to see how this is going to go? Ancestral business. You want to make it about Phoenix Moon. If you don't feel like the ancestors is saying, y'all better fix this shit and fix it soon, bust this motherfucker up. Mother Nature just gonna throw up on our asses. We all gonna be fucked up. Fuck a conspiracy theory. It's over. But just know that we know there are some absolute people that are going to excuse your oppressors. So what we are going to do is, because we are fair people, there's some different content that we're going to do. Like I told you, I notified people that we're going to switch some of the content to private. You know why? Because there's going to be some strategies that are not open to others. It's strictly for American Indians. We have to do it that way, and we'll come back up for air and surface and play with everybody else, once we finish cleaning up our toy room. Right? Because clearly these are not the conditions that we are going to be able to thrive in. So with that being said, we're not going to kid each other. Like I said, everybody else drew the line already. You drew the line. Not saying, oh, you drew the line, choose between Dane and Phoenix. You drew the line saying that it's okay for everything to be the way that it is because of the way you did not respond, or the way you did respond, the actions you did take, or the actions you didn't take. But the accountability that has been neglected and deviated away from will long be recorded in diplomacy. And who's good at making decisions, and who's good at negotiating terms and agreements that are going to be beneficial for us. So if we was on some candidate shit right now, y'all know I want all the electoral votes and the motherfucking, maybe not the popular vote, but I got the electoral vote. You know why? Because I ain't never lose my motherfucking cool. I ain't do no hoe hopping for no $39.99. I ain't do no grandstanding for no motherfucking mistake that I made. I ain't need no whole crew of people to protect me and make it look like I ain't make no motherfucking mistake and act like a fucking holy man of God, the Aboriginal God, because I'm that nigga. It's me. Somebody stop me. You get that kind of fucking attitude instead of the damn sister, I'm sorry that worked out. What happened? What went wrong? What can I do? I didn't know this and this and that. Let me see if I can find somebody. I'm such a baller. I'm going to pay a lawyer to fucking see if he can reverse that shit. I ain't going to get a lawyer to sue you for saying that it's your fault that you need a lawyer when I'm the fucking cause of it. That's Tomahawk Tony. That's right, Malik Campbell. Oh, somebody remembers. Oh. Oh. Oh, he's talking about Tomahawk Tony. Isn't that interesting? He sure did. So, but again, I'm going to compel you sisters to notice something. When it comes down to it, you better make your personal selection very, very wise, because it's a lot of these niggas that ain't gonna fucking hold you down. And these other men can rape you, rob you, fucking steal from you, tell you to shut the fuck up. Your shit don't fucking matter. And these niggas ain't gonna do nothing to you. Do inform your daughters to stay away from these types of men. Do inform your nieces and nephews that this is not the type of shit. Something went awfully wrong in the way motherfuckers was raised, and we gonna spend the next 50 years trying to fix these conditions. So now we got the motherfucking remnants of these fucking people that just won't get it together. Got all the opinions in the world, ain't offer shit, ain't got a lick of fucking solution. Worried about somebody that don't give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about nobody I don't give a fuck about unless you make me give a fuck about you. And I give a fuck about you when you dissing, dogging grandma, or making an open way for somebody else to do it and leave me fucking vulnerable. You motherfucking right. Now, Moon don't apologize for that shit. I'll never apologize for defending grandma. And I'll never forgive some of you motherfuckers for making it a problem for me. And then be fronting like you really give a fuck about what's going on with these people. I don't give a fuck what conversations we had on the side, behind closed doors that don't nobody know about. It was always tears. Regarding to how I feel about the people, I'll take a lie detector test and smash fucking brothers on a lot of you motherfuckers. Let's do that. Since niggas want to take lie detector tests, hey, I'm all in the motherfucking mood. I'm all in the mood. You bitches wanted to help Sonetta pay for a DNA test. You want to pay for a lie detector test so I could show y'all how I feel about these niggas? You had Big Shirley telling me that I ain't have nothing to do with that situation with them people and Warhorse and shit, but that fat fucking rude bitch don't even know the goddamn story, looking dumber than a motherfucker. Whole video library up there explaining exactly how they put me in that shit. I didn't ask to be around them. You so fucking rude and insolent, woman. You can't even fucking get a goddamn question out. Ain't no logic and reason and none of that shit. Bitch, just keep it real and say you just don't like me. Stop lying like you got a reason not to. I don't fucking give a fuck. I don't none like you too much either. It was never really a thing until you made me need to tell you, sis, it ain't a thing. You needed to feel important by me telling you you ain't a thing to me. Y'all want any attention, whether it's negative attention or not. Because even when I'm not saying anything, you'll lie and say I called you a bitch. Even when I say one thing, you'll lie and say whatever it is that make you feel good because you got a reason with Moon. It would be okay if you really just say, yo, you just say my motherfucking cup of Henny, son. I can fucking live with that. What I can't live with, I will never respect you. You'll never get it. Don't even want to be diplomatic with nobody that can't even use oxygen properly, my girl. You could have saved all that hooting and hollering for somebody that's really trying to steal from you. From somebody that's trying to run some game on you.
That's right. Take something from you. That's right.
But instead, you chose to make me the object of your fucking anger for whatever it is that went wrong in your life. Because that anger is coming from the twat. That shit coming from down deep. From the gut. You doing Kegels where that fucking angle came from. That ain't supposed to be for me.
But why? You sold
There
her
was no
package?
reason. No, because I keep talking shit and I act like I'm this and that when nobody asked her to be over here on my channel. So whatever it is that I'm talking about, as long as I wasn't talking about her, what the fuck was she worried about it for? And whatever it was, I was talking about a nigga that's stealing, that's over there by where she at. So how the fuck did that end up with her being mad when you over there and the thieves is over there next to you? These niggas get their hands caught in the motherfucking cookie jar, and this is the type of shit that they do. This
But
type of shit that they do.
How are you not supposed to be like, I'm supposed to be okay with you calling me certain names constantly, almost every time you're on live?
Right.
Whenever you get into it with somebody else and you don't got nothing to go with them, you bring me in their situation. Oh, you hanging over there with Coach and this and that and this and that. It's like, okay, enough is enough.
Right. So then you have, she had questions. When I get off, you ask her questions about the motherfucking feds and all this other shit. And how when I sue, bitch, I don't even believe that shit. Oh, when I sue, so the nigga who you sued lived in the same county as you, right? Because if he lived in Texas, guess what? You'd be out your money, or you traveling to Texas and hope by the time you go to file in whatever county he is in Texas that the nigga ain't move again to another city or another county. Don't fucking tell me. So because she got her fucking money back, unless she got her money back from HEMOC, oh, wait a minute, shit. Because all of them got their money back from HEMOC. So the ones, Betty, oh yeah, he robbed all of them. But that ain't the one in court. That's for damn sure. Ain't nobody, that man's smarter than all of these niggas.
But what's going on in that city, in that town, in that community? You don't hear too much about that going on coming from those lips.
No, they don't talk about that. They just kind of talk about, a lot of hate and disgust and shit like that.
Who got shot in the streets of Philly? You in Philly on the block smoking 50 blunts on a live video?
It was real important as to who told me that this nigga AP ran out of his hood. Nigga, he can't go back there. Is he there now? He ain't live on the block where it happened. I don't know. I really don't care.
Who cares? Who cares? All I'm saying is where you at. Folks
Never really
getting
cared. That
killed.
kind of came with the fluff and the argument and shit like that. That wasn't really nothing I studied. If I'm telling you, if I did study it, y'all be in trouble. Fuck what I could do when I look up your name and can see that you got 10 motherfucking felony convictions. You a motherfucking fruitcake and you want to open up some shit that know damn well you ain't got no business opening, nigga. You ain't did nothing with your life. Period. What do you need to do with the Indians now? If you ain't been did nothing, this ain't gonna be the time where you just are starting at no fucking 45.
Right.
It'd be different if you ran out of steam and you getting your second win right now. But if you just now starting to live a good life now, fuck, I don't owe you nothing.
But I don't understand. I ain't understand good life is sitting in your car smoking blunts all day. That's not the good life. I'm sorry.
Man, listen, and it could be for some people, hey, somebody else's good life might be my motherfucking nightmare. I'm okay with that shit too. But all that fucking lying and all that dumb shit, that misconstruing, twisting shit. You see how when the dude got up there talking about Yana, the nigga kept saying, that's Phoenix Moon boyfriend. That's Phoenix. That man didn't even know why he been there. Tom Tony done staged this shit. Listen, that man, he done sought out, he hated this woman so much, he stalked her to even find out who she talking to. Now, I don't speak to the girl no more. Then, he don't even know that me and that lady fell out 3 years ago. So, here go Aboriginal power like, that's Phoenix Moon friend. No, nigga, it's not. No, it's not. And every friend that you have is not always a friend to somebody that you friends with.
But because they thought that she was your friend,
Bad information. Bad information. And don't even know that I ain't speak to that child in years. And don't even know that even though I didn't speak to her and she damn sure ain't my cup of Hennessy, I do know all these men was trying to take advantage of her. And she happened to be lucky that she bumped into that nigga Gino and not that nigga Tomahawk Tony.
What?
I don't know what that man was talking about. He didn't really sound like he meant no harm. I ain't saying what he's saying was right, but I ain't fucking slow. And that shit sound like it made a lot of sense. Sound like it made a lot of sense. But the one thing I did get, it didn't seem like he was no fucking creep. And I've seen creeps preying on her to the point where I had to tell other people, I don't speak to that little bitch, but tell her watch this shit. She's still a baby to me. And when I realized you grown motherfucking niggas couldn't realize no matter how much she talked, she's still a fucking baby and you still wanted to fuck her. Y'all calling my homie a pedophile. Nigga, you wanted to put her out there in Hollywood. She was a baby when we met her because she wasn't 21, bitch. You was trying to get her out to your motherfucking crib.
Damn.
So a nigga get mad when they feel like a woman is such a hoe. She a hoe until she ain't no hoe when she give you some. But if she don't give you none, she's all of this and all of that. So when a nigga think that he gets rejected by a woman that he thinks in his mind could give it up to anybody, that do something to a motherfucking ego, right? A nigga be like, oh, this bitch let anybody hit. I know I'm in there. I don't need no money. I don't need to finesse with no weed. A nigga just already got it in his mind. And then when that plane get bust out the sky, fuck that bitch. I'ma kill that bitch. I hate that bitch. That bitch a hoe. She sucked dick. She'd have been fine if she'd have been sucking on your dang dang, but she ain't. She chose not to. So now it's, I hate her. She's disgusting. She's this. She's that. I watched a lot of you niggas do it. See, he the only one that really lost all his motherfucking cool. That's why I had to record that conversation for a later date. See, that was dangerous. I didn't record conversations because I'm that motherfucking nosy. But I know that sometimes some shit gets misunderstood and this nigga say some shit that don't make no sense. And I'll be damned if I can't recall it later on, because when motherfucker get drunk and they say crazy shit, and you be like, hold on, what'd you say? And they say it again. And you be like, nah, dog, what'd you say? Say it again. Nigga, that's a 95-year-old lady. What the fuck you talking about? Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'll do this to her. I'll do that to her. And I'll do it again. You heard what I said. I'll do it to her, 90 or not. So, yeah, don't fucking tell me. Don't you fucking tell me. I know when I'm dealing with somebody that's fucked up. I don't throw them away. I try and help them get the help they fucking need, right? Whether it's redirecting them, suggesting that they do something different, get a pet. I don't know how many times I said, honey, you need something to love up on. Get you a little kitten or pet or some goldfish or something. Because people who lack love, they always on 1,000. This is why I know that lady ain't really mad at me. She really mad at herself. What are you mad at me for? Then when I get off, because I don't fuck with the feds. Bitch, I was right in your face. You ain't say none of that. You didn't want me to explain because it's easier for you to hold a grudge against me and perpetuate this shit that you think is going to keep lasting. See, really, let me just like keep it real. And I hate to toot my own horn, but I'm going to tell you what it's really hitting for right now because I see how they think they still going to dictate to this shit. And that nigga may got 1,000,000.16, but I'm fucking running shows. You want me to tell you how I know I'm running shows? Because what y'all fucking do and say revolves around Moon, not Dame. Let's keep it fucking real. When you left, you came back. You hear a woman saying that to me? When my niece got shot in her face by her boyfriend and all her kids got shot. You hear how these bitches is talking about my absence? So not only is the men abusive, but so ain't the women. Don't know why I was going, just know I was going. You think somebody gonna be the same after that? After a series of events like traumatizing events like that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be normal, knowing damn well all the fighting and groundwork that we did, y'all losing to the Pan-Africans because y'all all the way off grandma topic. How y'all get back to Israel when I came back? Who took y'all over there? We was over here on Turtle Island. How you get to goddamn Israel? Did the Moors somehow convince you this is Al Marak again? How you get to Timbuktu? Get your ass back over here. Get back in grandma's house. Mama know you outside the yard. You out your mind. That's what happened when you let him out. They mad at me. And look exactly what happened. When I said what happened, exactly what happened. So now I minded my business and I let y'all do what y'all do. And look at this shit storm y'all got going on. Which one of y'all little niggas gonna be the first one to take out the garbage? Because y'all ain't been doing your chores. You ain't been doing your chores. You ain't been doing your tests. You ain't been doing your assignments. And you worried about somebody else's assignment. Don't talk about who didn't vacuum, nigga. You ain't cleaned the toilet. We yield the mic for a minute. Y'all go ahead.
Okay, so we gotta talk about. I left something out. I left out how the Pan-African community was attacking the Aboriginals, attacking you and Dane specifically. And I don't mean to talk about put Dane's name out there, but let's just keep it real. If somebody was to ask me about videos or something, I say I'm here. Check out Dane Calloway. That's what people do. That's what most people do in the community. So we ain't talking like that. We talking about when the Pan Africans is attacking and they're attacking you. That's what I'm talking about. And you don't speak up, sisters speak up. But all of y'all know, just like we all passing a bunch of information on Facebook. We've been doing this stuff for years in the community. So we have our speakers that are here. I told them all, hey, I'm backing you. Yes, but we can't have everybody doing the same thing. Let's just back some people. That's how I feel. Then make each other strong. Somebody got a platform, they already know how to do the videos and all this other type of stuff. They could do it. Do it. Just like I'm glad Crew Cut stepped up and started taking control over the production of Grandma Kids. I love the music that come on. And honestly, I ask him and Phoenix all the time when we doing the song. You want to keep it real. Shit. And when I hear that beat, I'm immediately taking off because I do music. I'm from a family background. But anyway, back to the Pan-African community attacking these. Then the sister step up. Boom. I haven't heard from them ever since. Their whole network has crashed.
Yeah.
Crash. Done. The twins left, all of that. It's over there. Done deal. Why? Because when Phoenix came over there and spoke truth, all of the community that was over there left. See that? So then she was getting bombarded and attacked by that. And at the same time, you had a brother that was in Indian country on the ground with feet on the ground, moccasins on the ground, would not have sneakers. And going amongst the tribes, getting them together with nationality and the Moorish doctrine, so to speak, proclaiming your nationality, so to speak, but knowing that the Indians already had their nationality. So he went to them. He got called out there by a brother who heard his organization and asked him to come out there. He went out there to the Eastern Woodland Indians and then was speaking a good game. Everything he was saying was true. But when it came to himself, when it came to him, he didn't have anything about himself. He didn't have no tribe he belonged to. He didn't even have his own family history. But when he saw that the other people he was working with, that they actually had family history, family documents, he wanted to swindle them and try to take over the movement and take over their tribes and be the actual chief of the tribe. Say that
You cut out, cuz. You cut out. How do you do? Think your sound went out, cuz. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. If somebody call you while
Oh
you know,
yeah, it goes out. That's right. That's right.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, and I came at a perfect time because that was at a time where you had veterans like, and I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Johnny Aborigine is a veteran. He probably the youngest veteran out here. Johnny been on this for a very long time. Shout out to him. Um, shout out to Tyrone Street. Those are the people that was there when I came through. Safakaru, those are the people that had me goosenecking and like, hey, So those are the people that I know that was pushing it. I just came with a different angle. And it came with the genealogy because I smashed on the Dr. John Henrik Clark shit. That's kind of what made people like, want to be like, oh my God, this girl is crazy. Because they was trying to drag me. They was going real hard. And then, they have groups about me right now, you know what I'm saying, with my face on a fake $5 bill that these niggas chose to use, thinking that that was going to be a tool to hurt me because they was using it. It didn't bother me when the natives was using it. I don't know why they thought that that was going to hurt me, but that goes to show what they kind of intent is. Because my name, Tanisha West, but you can't pull out no motherfucking wild ass court cases. You can't pull up no crazy fucking scandalous shit. Ain't no wild credit, no crazy fucking shit that's gonna be attached to that shit. That's why I got up there and said it on Sonetta. I don't know what the fuck make y'all niggas think I had something to hide. Why y'all pretending like I had something to hide and I went in front of the niggas that hated me the most? So I thought it was really the pan fries, but it's not. It's really the Indians, like my father said the whole time. Because I would be like, these natives and that. He'd be like, baby, that's some niggas pretending to be Indians. It ain't them, because them people too interested in what you got to say. And they know that the shit that you're talking about rides on their whole fucking future being taken away from them. It's them niggas that don't want you to say it. They want to be the ones to say it first. And I find that to be absolutely true. I find that to be true. I find that to be absolutely true. And nobody could show me no screenshots or nothing showing me any different. That ain't true, Moon. If you could, you'd be showing me. But that ain't never came up because I already know what time it is. Right? So these niggas always had a problem with that. And at the time where I came in, this is where you had like Brother Two Hawks. Shout out to him. Brother Two Hawks, they was going ham on them with Tucker Carlson, or on CNN and doing things trying to get their land back. All you knew was Poconoke. I shared that shit, posted it anywhere I could. I didn't care who knew it. I was so proud of him. That was a moment for me, like a historical moment for me. It did something to me too. That's another moment that I could talk about in my life that changed the thing in me and made me compel me to do something different and do something better. That moment, seeing them fight for that land and them people had to respect them. They wasn't talking nothing about Moors. They wasn't talking about nothing. Then I felt really like, oh, I'm home for real now. Oh, that was like, oh man, that was like a lot for me. I needed to see that at that time, and it kept me going for a long time, knowing that there was going to be a bunch of moments like that. Because contrary to what everybody was talking about, here go this brother got these people listening. Shit. They ain't got no choice to listen. That was fascinating to me. Fascinating to me. So while he out doing great things, I figured, hey, it'd be a good idea. Keep around here and make sure everybody's sticking to the same script, because this script this brother got, it works and it makes sense. And I don't really have to ask for a lot of instructions. I know if I can just kind of stay in this area, then I know that I'm probably going to be on the right path. And at the point where I was told by the brother that he respect what it is that I do, I really felt honored that I was on the right path. There was nothing wrong with that. I didn't feel like I needed to get off that path, because that was a path of honor, for being honorable, not for being dishonorable. Think about that. Shout out to Turtle Gang, telling them where our last names came from. Did a lot of talking for us. Didn't really have to do too much. You had the recent chief saying, genealogist saying, hey, them last names, what did they tell them? I seen a screenshot. What did it say? The last names is from Europeans or some shit like that. I saw. Wait a minute. Who told her that? Oh, that's what she think because she's on the Choctaw Chickasaw stuff. Well, that's kind of hurtful, isn't it? That's perpetuating the lies that these niggas told us initially. Like, we ain't from here, all this other stuff, right? And here go Turtle Gang telling you, hey, that last name, direction, something that you took part in, where you lived at, gave you all these different things with the Fisher, Tanner, Skinner, letting you know, like, you ain't, don't settle for that. A lot of good people, a lot of good people. A lot of good people. You had Marvin Hampton. He shared a lot of people's stuff. He definitely put a lot of people's stuff out. Thousand, go ahead and add the legend. I'll give you props, but you a secret hater too. I don't really know when that started. You could have let me know at least that you got a problem with Moon and shit like that. That'd be the problem. I ain't know y'all niggas was secret haters. I always gave you your fucking props. We ain't never had no quarrel. We ain't never had no word. Then all of a sudden, this nigga's taking indirect shots. How do you have shadow box with niggas? I know these niggas don't really be scrapping with white people. You don't just randomly have a beef with white people and they don't know what you're mad at. How are you 3,500 miles away from me, never met me, we never had no inbox. All I did was share your shit with your watermark on it, and you secretly got some shit going on against me that I don't know nothing about. Like, I'm so far behind and all this other shit, getting in the middle of a beef with a nigga who, you don't stand by that paperwork, but you want to stand by this nigga just to what? Do something, do me something? Like, what the fuck? I do shit to you. You're looking crazy to me, my man. I ain't got no beef with you. So now I see where the secret women haters are coming from. It don't gotta be the nigga that don't say nothing. Look at what they doing and look at what they're saying while they trying to act like they not saying nothing. Nobody would have knew that name if I ain't bring up that screenshot of him taking a shot at me on Dane's post out of nowhere. That's duck riding where I'm from. I don't know what nobody else call it. Really unfair though. And now I'm wrong if I call it out. I'm looking for likes for calling out what blatant shit actually happened in front of everybody. I'm not the only one that saw this, sees this, but I am the only one that's supposed to be quiet. I think y'all pretty much know how that sentence gonna go, right? After that. Y'all got me fucked up. You had to know that was coming, right? But that's really just it. Like I just seen enough. I seen enough. Um and I'm all set. I got a new way to play. And it ain't gonna be like that. Put this shit to bed. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. You ain't got nothing new. Definitely ain't got nothing. I'll be trying to figure out how a motherfucker act like they know me and then don't know me and then say, I don't know you, but I know you. Sleeping on somebody's couch, but I don't know you. Bitch, I don't know what I'm doing. What color drawers I got on right now? Since everybody knows. Shit is just fucking ridiculous, yo. And I just want to, just good luck. Even getting people to admit their fucking faults. Even people to admit how ridiculous it was to really have no quarrel, but it seemed to have the maximum of all quarrels with me, like we had a personal. So you see what I mean? This is why I am the way that I am. So it's even silent attacks from nowhere, don't know it's coming, and then I'm supposed to be regular, hey, and then boom, get punched in my face. You got me fucked up. And these niggas are trying, they proved that they try, and these women have proved that they will help them. So just know that it is what it is, and people made it what it is, and please let's all just be okay. We can agree that we are all going to be okay disagreeing. I think we've made all that clear, right? Is that about right, y'all? We've all agreed that we disagree on a lot of shit, and that's okay. We can respect the fact that we do disagree. And now that that line has been drawn and you guys have drawn that line, it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I've accepted it. Now, at the point where anybody would like to cross those lines to get into Indian country, there's that whole thing with easement because there, the Pan Africans, it's not a lot of people that can come through here. You can't go through without Indian country without passing by the Indians, right? I think people forgot that. You can't. So there's that thing about easement again. And that easement means you got to walk past my house to get to Indian country, to get through Indian country. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I'm on that road. So if you're on another road, then you don't need to ease on down my yellow brick road because my yellow brick road is here. Yours, you made a line that said it goes somewhere else. Right? Anu Thunder, how are you? How are you doing?
Hello, how are you guys?
What's
I'm doing
good?
well. I'm doing well.
What's good, Anu?
Good, good, good. I just want to say great grand rising to you guys, and I'm listening to the program, and I'm not really shocked anymore, to be honest with you. But when I was talking down in Florida, somebody asked me, "How can you tell, people who are trying to infiltrate and trying to tear down the program?" And I said, you don't have to say anything. Their colors will speak for themselves. And so, as you're out there doing everything that you're trying to do, and you're doing a lot of good work. I'm privileged right now to be able to speak with you, to be honest with you, because there's not many people out there that are actually awakening with inside of their being and doing the things you guys are doing and really pushing forward a lot of great information that people have absolutely no idea uh, who they are, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. So these people that are attacking you now are just showing who and what they are. They are what I call dissensionists. They are people of the same ilk that came over here with others that tried to destroy our whole entire civilization. They are spiritual plants. And, it's unfortunate not everybody's going to be saved. But, those people who are really doing what needs to be done with the love of their hearts, which is what you guys are doing right now, those are the people who are going to be able to make it through to the dawn. A lot of these other people, their egos are too much in the way, and they're phony. And that's just what it is. So I'm just coming on to let you guys know that I support you guys. Um, if there is a chance for me to speak to you guys behind the scenes or whatever, just to discuss a few things, I would deeply, deeply appreciate that. But there's a lot of people out here who are talking about, they talk a good game, they say a lot of good stuff, and then when you start getting some traction, they get jealous and they want to try to rip you apart. So, it's, you guys are doing a really great job, and I appreciate you. And I have to say, thank the universe for you guys being in our time.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're gonna work this out, y'all, one way or another. Now that we have, and we can respect their boundaries. They have definitely created some boundaries, and I want to be very respectful of them. So my boundaries are here on the American Indian side, and their boundaries are there because they have tribes and they have nations, and that kind of stuff. Okay, so when they're saying stuff about being stateless, you kind of know where I'm going with this. So now that we have made the experts have now made their decision. So that line has not been drawn by me. That line has now been drawn by them. And I'm telling y'all, I'm fine with it. Y'all find a way to get comfortable with it too. Because what that does is now establish some boundaries. Okay? It established some boundaries and some limitations. So now they know that we mean business, what we mean business about, and that it is no longer a part of their business. We've pretty much made that clear. So because we don't have anything to do with any of the scamming or anything like that, we've made a really good dialogue of how not to get scammed. And again, we're not going to play electro. Remember that scene I told you guys this morning when the guy was committing suicide and he wanted to sue Mr. Incredible for saving him? I learned a very powerful lesson with that. So keep that in mind. And that's kind of like what was happening here. It's kind of like what was happening here. You guys tried to sue me for saving you guys, but I don't really
you gotta
care
think
anymore.
about it. If a person gonna kill himself and they'll kill you to kill himself, don't even jeopardize yourself. Don't even do it. Because he willing to kill you just to kill himself, then yeah, at least that person got sued. At least he didn't kill him for trying to, you know what I'm saying, for saving him. You kind of get what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. We're gonna but I mean there's this line, like I said, and at the point where, people feel the need to make some sort of atonement or have some decent dialogue, then that might be cool. But right about now, we know what time it is. We're not gonna cover it up. Those links should be changed pretty soon, but it'd be a good idea to change up that stuff and those practices. Certainly, people are not going to get any apology because a nigga don't think he did nothing wrong. Even though he's not going to stand by that product. And, again, with the 1,000,001 co-signers, I'm not going to pay anybody top tier Patreon just so that I can start my own podcast and start spitting out a bunch of unqualified information. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy any fucking subscribers to be a competition with a motherfucker with a million people that are listening to one lie, and it hurt just the same.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, we're going to be privatizing some things. And then, being that we have, this is great because at the end of it, when it's all kind of said and done, well, I won't even say said and done, but when it's really time for the Indian to strut their feathers and shit like that, it's gonna be a grand situation, and it won't be any more interruptions. So now that we know that we're dealing with the American Indians and they have the American Aboriginal community, they have now caused a civil war within, and they have accepted some things that are unacceptable to those of us that choose to self-govern and kind of do things the right way. Definitely won't be any selling any paperwork or anything like that. Any false bullshit that I personally wouldn't allow myself, my mother, my father, my sister, or my children to do. If it ain't no good for them, it ain't no good for you to do. So there's some assurances that you can have over here with the American Indians. It's a certain behavior that we're gonna have. We're gonna be loving to each other. We're gonna take chances on trusting each other because we all fresh out of that shit. Rightfully so. It's just life kicked our ass. I know I don't take it personal, and nobody else should too. We should give people reasons to ease their fears in regards to the trust issues that we do have, and maybe kind of work on those. And usually, you don't really have to say too much. You can kind of show people that you're consistent, and that is kind of how you earn trust, right? With your consistency to not damage that or do anything to compromise that. So I'm gonna eat now. I got this beautiful big old pan of lasagna, ziti here. Cheese all on the top with the garlic bread and everything, beloveds. I'm gonna make it do what it needs to do. We could come back a little later and chop it up. I still want to do that build. I'm probably gonna have itis after this though, because it's important that this happens right now. But like I said, I wish everybody the best. I'm gonna just tell y'all, don't buy no packages because ain't nobody gonna give a fuck when you go to get in trouble. And now, there isn't anybody available that's going to fix that for you. So you don't have any accountability. So make sure you tell your sisters. Make sure you tell, your daughters, your aunties, and your mamas and them. Don't be buying no packages from none of these niggas, right? Don't buy any packages from them. Don't create any tribes. Don't join any tribes with them so that they can be safe. Because when these things happen, nobody that they're joining up with is going to assist them. That's pretty much the gist of it. And they'll tell you that it's just okay. It's your fault you didn't read it. They doing the same shit that the white people did when they was fucking stealing land and shit like that. It ain't my fault you ain't read it. You thought that said 4 acres. I said I need 40 acres. Oh shit. Well, didn't you see that big sign right there that said 40? You didn't see those numbers? No, I didn't. I was looking in the sunlight and all I saw was a 4. But you said 4 acres. It was just. He ain't say no 4 acres. He said 40 acres. Give him the 40 acres. You know it was 40 acres. You didn't see that sign that said it was 40 acres. It's going to end up somewhere. Well, y'all make it do what it do. Peace out, chicken.